And we are ready to open a new chapter in the history of Kennesaw State baseball. Opening day 2022 is finally here at Stillwell Stadium and the start of the Ryan Coe era as he returns as the head coach of Kennesaw State, replacing the retired Mike Sansing. Coe, a former All-American and a Hall of Famer here at Kennesaw State, set to lead the Owls against Morehead State today with a 4 p.m. first pitch here on the KSU Owl Network. Nolan Alexander, and a pleasure to be joined in the booth today by a familiar name to the Kennesaw State baseball family, making his debut in the KSU Owl Network. We welcome to the booth Trey Fowler. Trey, I know every year as a coach, opening day had anticipation and it had nerves. Now you got a headset on. How's that feel today, man?
Feels a little different. It's a little warmer up here in the booth than it is out there, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, we got the heaters on in here. That's going to help us out. 41 degrees just outside of us here at Stillwell Stadium, and a partly cloudy day with the lights turned on, and wind gusts will be a factor in this one. The wind chill, I think, had it about 36, 37 degrees. So early baseball in February, sometimes you get a mixed bag. Sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's a little cold.
Absolutely. You get all those great days in December at 70 and even leading into the season last week, really warm. But you know when opening day rolls around, there's going to be a chill in the air. It's going to be a little cold. We're going to see who wants to play today.
So opening day for Kennesaw State is the Owls are coming off a season in which they went 26-17 a year ago. And Trey, for Kennesaw State, this is a new roster. Over half the roster is made up of new faces led by Ryan Coe and his staff, in which they're still trying to figure out some answers this weekend against Morehead State.
Absolutely. They go into this weekend just trying to figure out where they're at. Like you do at the beginning of every year, you want to see which guys are going to step up when you're playing against a team in a different uniform. And I think the Owls will be led this weekend by many of the guys that Ryan Coe, Derek Tucker, Matt Pastor, and the staff picked up there late in the summer, much to the likes of all the guys. Three of the four guys we'll see on the mound this weekend. Jack Myers today, Bez on Saturday game 1, and then Connor Housley on Sunday game 4 in the series. I think a lot of those guys will ultimately decide how successful this team will be. Two hitters that will also make a big impact. Josh Hatcher in center field hitting leadoff, and Cash Young, who's playing third base, hitting the 2-hole. They're going to rely on those guys they got late, and if they do well, I think this team will do very well.
We'll touch on the lineups here later on in our countdown to first pitch here in the KSU Owl Network. Let's discuss the opponent today, the Morehead State Eagles, led by third-year head coach Mick Aoki, coming from Notre Dame. First year in 2020, cut short from COVID. Last year, successful year. They're picked in the upper half of the OVC. They went 24-23 last year. Similar to Kennesaw State, they're looking to find out some answers this weekend against the Owls.
Absolutely. We talked to Coach Aoki yesterday, and he's very optimistic about his team. He likes the bunch that he has. He says that they are probably more toolsy and more talented top to bottom than they were a year ago. The question is, can these guys that he has this year play the game as well as that team a year ago?
4 p.m. first pitch today between the Owls of Kennesaw State and the Eagles of Morehead State. This is the first of 4. Tomorrow, a twin bill with 2 7-inning affairs, and then these teams will close it out on Sunday afternoon here at Stillwell Stadium as the Owls have taken the field here in their all-whites with black caps and the black and gold KS Interlocked logo. Here on the field, Morehead State up the first baseline with the baby blues. Blue caps with the gold M and white pants. We'll step aside for the national anthem and then come back with starting lineups here on the KSU Owl Network.
Celebrating its freedom and those who protect it. Let us rise as one nation and one people for the playing of our national anthem.
And let's have a look at today's starting lineups. We'll begin with the visitors, the Morehead State Eagles. Leading off, playing center field, the switch hitter, Riley Priest. Batting second, the right fielder, Roman Coons. Hitting third, the second baseman, number 3, Ashton Roy. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, Jackson Feltner. Hitting fifth in left field, it's Alex Jacobs. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Jacob Ferry. And hitting seventh for Morehead State and making the hot corner, Isaiah Guzman. Batting eighth and doing the catching, it's Brady Shoup. And rounding out the Eagles' order, the shortstop, Colton Becker. And on the mound today for Morehead State, who we'll see in the home half of the first, it's the righty Luke Helton. And now we'll look at the starting nine, the first starting lineup for head coach Ryan Coe. Leading off in center field, number 13, Josh Hatcher. Batting second and playing third base, number 4, Cash Young. Hitting third, the second baseman, the switch hitter, Zach Corbin. Batting cleanup and catching today for the Owls, Nick Hassan. In the 5-hole, the right fielder, Braden Eatson. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Tyler Simon. Hitting seventh in left field, Nick Kalina. Batting eighth, the first baseman, Gavin Patel. And batting ninth and DHing today, it's Spencer Hansen. Again for the Owls, Hatcher in center, Young at third, Corbin at second, Hassan catching, Eatson in right, Simon at short, Kalina in left, Patel at first, Hansen DHing. And on the mound today for Kennesaw State, making his Owl debut, it's number 19, Jack Myers, taking the hill for Kennesaw State. He is a transfer from Butler University. Last year, started 11 games for the Bulldogs. He went 4-5 with 2 complete games and a 4.39 ERA, 54 strikeouts, and walked just 18 in 65 2/3 innings. Trey, he's a pitcher that loves to pound the strike zone.
Absolutely. He does a good job commanding the baseball. He won't necessarily remind a lot of our listeners of guys that have pitched on Friday nights for the Owls in the past, but one common trait that he has that all those guys had, the likes of Steven Janis and Jordan Hillier and Tony DeBrell and last year Jake Rice, is that he's competitive, he wants the ball, and he's got it here on opening day.
With the Atlanta Braves winners of the 2021 World Series, the Commissioner's Trophy, in attendance today up the first baseline, has helped usher in a nice opening day crowd. We're set to begin 2022. Priest climbs in from the left side. First pitch, the ball game is grounded to first, and it goes underneath the mid of Patel into right field. Well, Trey, that's exactly what Myers was looking for, but it's an E3 for Kennesaw State to begin the first.
Exactly. Wanting ground balls. That's what he's going to be looking for today, getting a lot of those, and kind of not exactly what you expect from Patel, a converted shortstop over there, but he wants the next one hit right back at him, I bet you.
So Myers into the stretch here, and he delivers as it's fouled back to the net by Roman Coons, the right fielder. 0-1 the count here in the top of the first. Runner at first with no outs.
Morehead obviously knows what we know about Mr. Myers. He likes to pound the zone, and they came out swinging right away.
A little peek back to first as Patel holds on the runner, Priest. And the delivery misses a bit down and away, a ball and a strike. 3-man umpiring crew with Kevin Spivey situated behind home plate. Mike Payton, first base umpire, and Josh Gilreath, the third base umpire, now at the middle infield. 1-1 here for Myers, and he checks back over at first. Priest back in standing. Priest last season 4 of 8 in stolen bases for Morehead State. A ball and a strike. Myers nods and delivers. Swing and a miss as he pulls the string. Coons was underneath that one. And Myers, the righty, moves ahead at 1-2.
And that's one of Myers' best pitches right there. That changeup, if that's on and he's throwing that well, he should have a good day today.
Fastball runs upper 80s, low 90s, hard sinking action, change and a curve to add to his mix. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, down and in. And Myers collects his first K in an Owl uniform.
That's exactly what you're looking for if you're Myers after the error, coming right back, getting the next guy out, settling the tensions a little bit here early.
Ashton Roy, another lefty up. As Morehead State starts its lineup with a switch hitter, then two lefties. 1 on, 1 out, no score, top of the first. Myers kicks and delivers. And just misses the outer edge, framed by Hassan. 1-0 the count here on Roy. Roy, a transfer from New Mexico Highlands, senior 5'9", 190. And the pitch is cut on, sent in the air down the left field line. Kalina a long run into foul ground, and he reaches above the black brim of his cap to snare the second out, 2 away.
That play on the line is always a tough play. Sometimes the outfielder will get going a little too fast, overrun it. He did a good job of throttling down, staying behind the baseball, and making a nice play.
As we said in our pregame show, wind will play a factor today, Trey, and that wind is altering the swirl of either coming in from left field or going from left to right. Jackson Feltner up from the right side. Runner on first, 2 outs. The pitch hits at the knees for a strike right down the middle, 0-1.
Feltner is Morehead State's guy. OVC Freshman of the Year a year ago, preseason All-American, preseason OVC Player of the Year. This is the guy that they want up runners on base.
Led the team to 390 average, 11 dingers last year. Check on over at the runner at first. Priest underneath the tag. Those 11 home runs, second to Jack Gardner's 12. 43 RBIs, second on the squad as well. Slugged .652. Intimidating righty, 6'3", 220 sophomore.
A lot of that power for Feltner. A lot of that power for Feltner, center to right. As we talked about, the wind is swirling today. It's going to be very hard to get one out of here, but he's a strong young man.
No score here in the top of the first. Myers nods and he fires a breaking ball, a beautiful one. It sweeps across the dish for a strike, 0-2, as he works ahead, the Morehead State first baseman.
If you look at Feltner's numbers, a lot of his damage comes on fastball out over the plate. A lot of his swings and misses at elevated fastball.
Priest dancing off the bag at first. Myers nodding. He goes to the plate. Down and in, blocked by Hassan as it rolls behind the batter. A ball and 2 strikes on a dirt offering.
Nice block by Hassan there, keeping the runner out of scoring position here early.
Hassan back for his 3rd year with the Owls, freshman All-American in 2020. Look over at first, they throw. It gets away from Patel, but it rolls towards second base, where Corbin scoops it up. Priest quickly to muddy up that nice baby blue uniform for Morehead State.
Morehead State already showing their cards a little bit here early with the running game, trying to get momentum leads and utilize that momentum into a great stolen base opportunity.
1-2 here with 2 outs. Runner at first, no score. And the pitch from Myers, a fastball cut on and missed. Hassan picks it up, throws to first, and that'll do it for the Eagles here in the first inning. As Myers collects a couple of Ks. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left stranded. We go to the home half of the first, and Josh Hatcher to lead it off for the Owls without a score when we come back to the KSU Owl Network. And we're back at the home half of the first. No score, Kennesaw State and Morehead State. Opening day 2022. Nolan Alexander joined by Trey Fowler. And another new name for the Owls, Josh Hatcher, the transfer from the national champion Mississippi State Bulldogs. Up from the left side. And his first offering is an owl. He takes for a strike towards the outer half of the zone, 0-1. Luke Helton, the righty on the mound today for Morehead State, working quickly as he kicks and fires, and Hatcher watches down and in. A ball and a strike. Hatcher last season played in 58 games for Mississippi State, making 39 starts. 12 RBIs, a couple of home runs in the outfield. The pitch is popped up out of play, third base side.
Played in 6 of the 7 games in Omaha for Mississippi State a year ago. Was originally committed to Kennesaw State out of high school. I'm sure Coach Coe's happy to have him back home here in his home state of Georgia.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul off again, back to the net. And that's a storyline that we'll touch on a lot here today, Trey, and I'm sure you will with Bryce Gobert the rest of the weekend, is a part of these new faces for Kennesaw State. Most of them seem to have had a connection with Coe Tucker from their scouting days with the Rangers.
Absolutely.
Another 1-2 on the way to Hatcher, and he eyes a fastball off the plate about knee-high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here from Helton.
We'll see that as a common theme.
Helton again working fast. 2-2 delivery. Swing and a chopper towards second base. Roy coming in. Fields above the hip. Quick throw to first, and Hatcher's beat out by a step on a 4-3 putout.
Nice play there by Roy. That's always a tough one coming in and towards the bag at first base. He handled it very nicely there.
Here's the third baseman, Cash Young. Another transfer for Kennesaw State is Young transfers from Georgia College and State. Last year of eligibility here are the Owls. The graduate, 6'3", up here from the right side, and he takes 1-0. Helton with a sign, winds and fires, swing and a miss. Young over the top, that's inside. A ball and a strike. Helton last year 3-2 for the Eagles with a 4.75 ERA over the course of 12 starts, 55 innings. 1-1 pitch runs just a little bit downstairs, 2 balls and a strike. He had 55 strikeouts and just 19 walks and a 284 opponent's average. He delivers the 2-1 off speed that's popped out of play and out of Stillwell Stadium beyond the right field side. So the count levels on Young here at 2-2. Home half of the first, 1 away, no score. The pitch. Swing and a chopper, third base side, that's foul. Just on top of the box, Derek Tucker, the assistant, looks on as it's scooped up by Guzman.
2 very similar arms on the mound today. Like the Owls are looking to force contact, throw a lot of strikes.
Here comes another 2-2 to Young. Check swing on a slider, did it grip the outer edge, appeal over to first. And Mike Payton grants another pitch for Cash Young as the count runs full at 3-2. You heard the excitement from the Eagles in the first base dugout. And the appeal came and the Oz. Here's the 3-2. Breaking ball down and away, and Young draws a 1-out walk.
Showing a lot of respect to Young there. 3-2 breaking ball.
Here's Zach Corbin with 1 on, 1 out, no score in the home half of the first. And last year, opening day, Trey, a day that Corbin would have liked to have forgotten.
Absolutely. He gets his first hit of the year for us.
Stretching the pitch. Swinging a ground ball underneath the diving Feltner into right field. Young around second. It's picked up in right by Coons, and he's in standing at third. The Owls are on the corners here with 1 out.
You mentioned about Corbin wanting to forget opening day a year ago. He actually had 2 unfortunate setbacks the last 2 years. 2 years ago, a week before opening day, last year on opening day, trying to go first to third, broke his foot. He's done a lot of work to get back. That hard work pays off right there. Another hit to lead off a season for Zach Corbin.
He said, I'm just getting a single this time. I'm not worried about trying to get over to third. I have nightmares of that. I'll move the runner here for Nick Hassan as the Owls look to strike first in 2022 on the corners with 1 out. Righty on righty, here's the pitch. It's a fastball taken on the upper and outer half of the zone to Hassan, 0-1.
I will say this, if Helton throws the ball away on a pickoff throw, Zach will probably stop at second.
0-1 pitch. A breaking ball that grips the outside corner. Quickly 0-2 on the Owl backstop, Nick Hassan. Hit .215 last year over 33 games and 31 starts for the Owls with 28 hits, a couple of home runs, and 18 driven in. Helton slings over to first, no tag applied by Feltner.
I told a lot of people that Nick Hassan probably hit the hardest .215 I've ever seen a year ago. A lot of line outs, a lot of balls hit on the button. Coming off that freshman All-American year, just didn't find as many holes a year ago.
0-2. A breaking ball he reaches for and pokes down the right field side. This one's destined to be a souvenir. The count hangs on at 0-2. And Trey, do you think that's why it plays the part for Hassan and Wade's in the offseason, now finding a cleanup spot, something you don't always see from a guy who hit .215 a year ago?
Absolutely. I think it speaks to the hitter he is. He's definitely this type of hitter, 4-hole RBI, run producer. He was that guy as a freshman. I'm sure he'll be that guy again this year.
Out of Fayetteville, south of Atlanta, and Strong Rock Christian. 0-2 the count, the delivery. Swing, a chopper, third base side. It's picked up by the catcher, Shoop. He throws over to first, and they get Hassan. Runner advances to second base, and interesting play there from Shoop. That one was a high chopper just outside of the right-handed batter's box. I thought maybe he'd want to see if that one rolled foul. Picked it up with maybe 2 inches to give, and then fires over to first on a bang-bang play.
I think that's a prime example of knowing your runner. You've got a catcher in the box, and you know your abilities, and he knew that he had time to field the ball like he did, spin and throw. Great play.
Corbin takes second, so 2 in scoring position, 2 outs for Braden Eatson up from the left side. He swings to the first pitch, chops it, and rolls up the first base side, picked up by the pitcher. Helton throws to first, and he's called out. Eatson thought that had been fouled off of the plate and hit him, and now Ryan Coe out of the third base dugout to argue, asking for Kevin Spivey to huddle up with the other umpires.
The umpires will get together here. This is always a tough one to overturn. The guy closest to it didn't see it. The guys that are 100-plus feet away are being asked to overturn this call here. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Obviously a big play early in this game.
Eatson, a lefty, sits in the right-handed batter's box, thought that it had hit his shoulder, and it's been reversed to be a foul ball. So the reversal goes the way of the Owls, and now Mick Aoki out of the Morehead State dugout, 30 years a skipper, wants to hear why the call was changed from Spivey.
It's always tough when a call gets overturned. You feel like when it goes against you, you want an explanation of what overturned it. When it goes for you, you're pretty happy, and I know that Coach Coe is probably excited. Gives Eatson another chance here to come up with a big hit, put the Owls on top here early.
So the runners reset. With Young at third base, he reached on a one-out walk. Corbin at second base, he reached with a single through the right side. 2 away here, an 0-1 count to Braden Eatson. Batting out of the 5-hole in right field. No score, home half of the first. Helton has worked quickly today for Morehead State. He checks his left forearm where the wristband lies. Grabs the side. He sets from the belt. Peeks at second. Now to the dish with the 0-1. Swing and a line drive, smacked and then dropped by the second baseman, Roy. He recovers, throws to first, and the inning is over on the 4-3 putout. Interesting bounce of the ball, to say the least, over the course of the first 6 outs of this ball game. For the Owls in the first inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 stranded in scoring position. We head to the second, no score on the KSU Owl Network. Alex Jacobs climbs up from the left side to begin the second inning as the sun peeks out here at Stillwell Stadium. No score. Kennesaw State and Morehead State. Myers to the dish, and he fires in a fastball that connects on the outer half, 0-1 to Alex Jacobs. Myers 6'7", 220, a tall drink of water out there in the bump. Winds and delivers. Pulls the string, but the changeup won't get the call to the outer half, 0-2 on Jacobs. Morehead State brings out the 5, 6, and 7 batters here in the second inning, led by the left fielder Jacobs. The pitch, way outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jacobs with an orange stick, left foot, then the front right. Into the instep. Toggles the stick over the left shoulder, looks on. Myers kick and the pitch. Check swing on a fastball near the knees. Appeal over to third. It's deemed a ball by Josh Gilreath. 2-2 the count on Jacobs. The pitch. And that one's called a strike. Was I off by a strike there? Okay, 2-2 the count, excuse me. And time called there by Jacobs. Hey, it's opening day for everyone here. 3-2 the count. And the pitch, a chopper back up the middle. Backhanded at second by Corbin. He throws it a bounce, the scoop at first, and he's out. What a play by Zach Corbin up the middle.
Outstanding play there by Corbin, ranging towards the second base bag, throwing back across his body. That's one of the toughest plays for the second baseman to make, and he made it look routine right there.
So Corbin off to a strong 2022, backhanding one up the middle, coming off the heels of a first inning single. So one away and a wave and a miss by the DH, Jacob Ferry, as Myers chases him outside. 0-1 the count here. The pitch, swing and a miss. Came a little bit more towards the inner half of the plate, still on the outer edge. And Ferry over the top. Myers ready with the 0-2. Just misses about knee high towards the outer half. Ferry, a .255 batter last year, 7 home runs, 18 driven in. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Pulled him down to one knee. Myers collects his 3rd strikeout.
Another really, really good changeup there by Myers. All of those left-handed hitters in that Morehead State lineup going to have to make an adjustment to that pitch.
Trey, Myers doesn't like taking more than just a single breath between pitches, does he? As he comes home here and misses low, 1-0.
No, he likes to work quick. That's the model of the type of guy you want throwing on Friday night. A guy that's going to work quick, get after it, get your defense in the dugout, let him swing.
1-0 to Isaiah Guzman, and that catches him for a strike beneath the hands, 1-1. Quickly with the side, 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball down and away, 2-1. Bags empty, 2 outs, top of the second, no score.
Guzman is a guy Coach Aoki talked about could be a very, very elite defender for them this year.
2-1 pitch, a breaking ball that falls off the table. That one's right down Frey Road, 2-2. Transfer from Post University. Deuces wild, 2-2. Fastball too far inside. Myers and the Owls defenders behind him had taken a couple of steps to the third base dugout. But the count runs full here, 3-2 with 2 outs. Base is empty, no score, top of the second. And the payoff from the righty. Swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts in each of the first 2 innings, 4 total for Jack Myers in his Kennesaw State debut. And for the Eagles in the first, 3 up and 3 down. Bottom of the second, coming up next here on the KSU Owl Network.
And fans, check out the video board for today's emoji puzzles of the game. Today's clue is song titles.
And we're back here in the KSUL Network. No score, Morehead State and Kennesaw State. Opening day 2022. Here for the Eagles and the Owls, and amidst all the changes for Kennesaw State baseball, here is one constant. Tyler Simon, the shortstop, up as Helton delivers and misses down and away, 1-0. The 6, 7, and 8 up for the Owls. Simon, Nick Kalina, and Gavin Patel. 3 returners for the Owls. Righty on righty, Helton fires. Fastball runs away and low, 2-0.
Simon has been a constant in the Owl order ever since his freshman year when Jalen Smith went down with injury.
The pitch, swing and a fly ball, carrying foul down the right field line and out of play, 2-1.
He got in that year playing third base to begin with, ended up being a freshman All-American, moved to short the next year as a sophomore and has never looked back.
Only player to start all 51 games for the Owls last year. 2-1 pitch, swinging a chopper towards third. Guzman plucks to the knees. He throws on the run, and Simon beats it out for an infield single. So Simon aboard for the Owls, and that brings up Nick Kalina, the left fielder.
Kalina getting his first opening day start in Owl uniform.
Stands tall from the left side. Helton, the righty, moves to the stretch. First, a throw back over to first, and Simon in with his right arm extended. No tag by Feltner. Roy, the second baseman, and Becker, the shortstop, move to double play depth. Guzman way off the bag at third. Another look over to first and a throw. Priest straightaway center field with that high batter's eye in play. 330 down the line and right, 330 in left. Look at the flags, wind blowing in from left field. Here's the pitch, bunt shown, and that's chopped foul back behind the dish. And Karam's high off the net, 0-1.
It's Kalina's first opening day start in an Owl uniform, but he did play opening day. He was actually who came in for Corbin a year ago when he got hurt. Had 2 huge hits on opening day last year, going 2 for 4. He's looking for a similar performance today.
Always tough to come off the bench, but hitting 500 off the bench is even more impressive, Trey. 0-1. Looks outside, a ball and a strike here on Kalina.
Absolutely, and we always talk to these guys about, you know, just because you don't see your name in the lineup, you've always got to stay ready. And Corbin's injury a year ago was the prime example. Stay ready, good things will happen.
1 on, no outs, no score, and the pitch runs inside and hits Kalina. And near the hands, Morehead State, thinking that had hit the handle of the bat. Aoki out to confer here with Spivey. 2 on, no outs here for the Owls for Gavin Patel out of the 8-hole.
I think Coach Aoki wants him for leaning into that one. It got him on the Evo shield, got him on the protection. You can make the argument that he may have stuck the elbow into the ball as opposed to the ball hitting him, and that's probably what Coach was arguing right there.
Well, argument is short-lived. As the Eagles eye the first base dugout here for the defensive call. Patel, a .235 batter last year, 8 for 34 with 8 driven in. 2 on, no outs. Righty on righty matchup. Now he squares to bunt. Helton continues to look at second, now to the plate. And the pitch runs low and away as Patel doesn't offer at it, 1-0.
Patel only hit .235 last year, but he had the knack for getting hits in big situations, and that's not one that everybody has. That's not a skill that everybody has, and Gavin showed it a lot a year ago.
Pitch, bunt shown, it runs way upstairs over the white batter's helmet of Patel up from the right side. 2 balls, no strikes. What's the game plan right here for Morehead State? What's Helton trying to do, Trey?
Here early in the game, you just want to get in out. You don't want to compound the problem by trying to do too much. You just want to get in out and move on forward.
Doesn't show bunt this time. It's a pitch right down the middle, 2-1.
He knows he's got the bottom of the order up. He's got to feel decent about that. He's got to get in out here by whatever means necessary on this bunt.
2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Simon at second base, Kalina at first. Now he shows bunt the 2-1, and that is pushed foul back behind the catcher. And rolls to the backstop, 2-2 on Gavin Patel, the Owls' first baseman.
Games aren't always won and lost late. Bad decision here on a bunt, trying to do too much. You get nobody out. Worst case scenario, you throw it in the left field corner, and now you've got 2 runs in and a runner in scoring position, and that could be just the change in what ultimately dictates the outcome of the game.
Helton sets from the belt, looks at Simon at second, now fires, swinging a line drive, sent back at the chute. It rolls into center field. Simon waves around third. Priest from center field. The throw is cut off, and the Owls score first in 2022 on an RBI single by Gavin Patel to center field.
Well, there goes that man again. I told you he's got the knack for the big hit. He comes up big there. Couldn't get the bunt down, but comes up with a big hit and put the Owls in a great spot here. 1 run in, first and second, nobody out.
Simon came sprinting in, sprung up on top of home plate, greeted by his teammates in the third base dugout, and the Owls celebrate here with the early lead in the second, 1-0. Runners rearranged, so first and second still with no outs. Now for Spencer Hansen, the DH up from the right side. And time called by Shoup at the backstop. As the eyes over to first, Mikayoki and the Eagles up that first base dugout. Hansen, the transfer from Tallahassee Community College, shows bunt. It's pushed to the left side of the mound, barehanded by Helton. He throws as he's fading away, and the sacrifice works for the Owls. A nice play defensively by Helton on the 1-4 putout. And there's 2 in scoring position with 1 out as the lineup turns over for Josh Hatcher, the center fielder. How about that from Helton there, Trey? Barehands it, fading away.
Very
Not too
nice.
much bend in the knees.
As a coach, you always want to see the fielder use his glove if the ball's rolling, but he did a great job with that one.
Second and third, 1 out here for Hatcher in the second. Owls lead 1-0, and the pitch backs him up inside as he throws up the elbows.
Interesting defense here by the Eagles. They're going to play back on the right side, the pull side for Hatcher, but they're going to play in on the left side.
Guzman about parallel with the bag at third, a step or 2 off the lip of the grass. Becker, the shortstop, in front of the runner. Here's the pitch, and Hatcher tomahawks and misses. Up and away, 1-1.
Obviously, the Eagles are thinking here if he hits a ball to the opposite field, it might not be hit quite as hard. They might have a shot at Kalina at the plate.
Kalina at third, reached on a hit by pitch. Patel at second. 1-1 offering, swinging a pop-up third base side, foul and out of Stillwell. Nice buzzing day here on campus. Bailey Park just beyond left field. Hosts a doubleheader right now. The Kennesaw State softball team welcomes Samford. Excellent opening day crowd here at Stillwell Stadium. Not too many empty bleachers anywhere. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Hatcher chases up and away. And Helton grabs the strikeout. That's his first of the day, second out of the second inning. Still 2 in scoring position here for Cash Young.
Owls are going to be looking for a big hit here from Cash Young. The experienced grad transfer from Georgia College, been in this situation a lot. Let's see if he can come through here.
Drew a full count walk back in the first. Righty on righty, and the offering. Nice pitch that sweeps across the dish for a strike, about belt high. 0-1 here to Young. Left side of the infield now scoots back. 0-1 pitch. Thought about it, it dove off the plate below the knees. A ball and a strike here on Cash Young.
Back-to-back breaking balls to begin the at-bat.
Hangs the bat over the right shoulder, awaits the pitch. Brushes him up inside, thigh high. 2-1.
Seems like the Eagles' report on Young is to spin the breaking ball and try to attack him in with the fastball.
And the 2-1. Swinging a fly ball, well struck out to right field. It is gone! Cash Young hits the jackpot. And a 3-run dinger puts the Owls ahead 4-0 here in this second inning.
Cash Young, one of those late grabs by Coach Coe and Coach Tucker, paying big dividends early here on opening day.
Here's Zach Corbin already with a single today in his second plate appearance. He watches one in the dirt. 1-0, and Trey, we talked about the wind, and the wind swirling, pushing from left to right there. Young got the liftoff he needed. Launched it over the right center field wall just to the right of the scoreboard here at Stillwell as the 1-0 runs inside, 2-0 on Corbin.
Hilton came back with another of those breaking balls. He had thrown Young quite a few of them and left that one just a little too high, and he made him pay.
2-0. Swinging a hot grounder, first base side, and it's just foul. It was out of the reach of Feltner on a 3 or 4 hopper back behind the bag. But just foul. That one would have been extra bases for Corbin. Two balls and a strike. Here is the bags are empty after the 3-run homer from Cash Young. The pitch just misses there. A little bit outside, 3-1 on Corbin. 4-0 Kennesaw State in the second. Line to the pitch. Swing and a ball that is well struck. Back to right field. Coon's going back. He's at the wall and he makes the catch. 328 feet on the gravel warning track in right field. Corbin almost went back-to-back. But the Owls hit a 3-run dinger with 2 outs off the bat of Cash Young. For the Owls here in the second inning, they come away with 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, none left on. We'll move to the third inning with the score, Kennesaw State 4 and Morehead State nothing. This is the KSU Owl Network.
The Georgia Army National Guard office is located on the 3rd floor of the Student Center in Office 376. Visitor call Sergeant First Class Daniel Hunter at 404-771-4941 to learn more. Number 20, Brody Shute.
And we're back in the top of the third inning here from Stillwell Stadium. 2022 opening day for Kennesaw State and Morehead State. And it's the catcher for the Eagles to lead it off out of the 8-hole, Brady Shute. Righty on righty, and the pitch from Myers misses in, 1-0. Trey, nothing like for a pitcher starting after 2 innings, the 4-run lead, and your first ball game for a brand new club. 1-0 runs up and in, 2-0.
You would draw it up for sure. And now the big thing for Mr. Myers is to go out there, get a shutdown inning, get his team back in there swinging the bats. That's always the big thing after a big inning. You can't let them get right back in it.
2-0. Inside again, 3-0. And Trey, what was it last year for Butler? You only had 4 3-0 counts the whole year.
4 3-0 counts in 7 of his starts. That's pretty impressive.
He's got the rare 3-0 here. Fires home and misses above the letters, a 4-pitch walk. Well, Trey, I didn't want to give that stat before we issued the walk right there. Didn't want to give him the broadcaster's jinx.
You did a great job not jinxing that ahead of time.
Here's Colton Becker, the shortstop. 1 on, no outs. Top of the third, 4-0 Owls. Myers nods and delivers plateward. Swing and a grounder. That's pulled foul just past the third base coach. 0-1 here on Becker. A .211 hitter a year ago, making 45 starts for the Eagles. 31 hits and 147 at-bats. Spread out his extra base hits, 6 doubles, couple 3-baggers, and 4 home runs. Drove in 22. Nods. Comes home with the 0-1. Fastball across the plate, 0-2.
Becker was described by D1 Baseball in their preseason write-up of the Eagles as a defensive whiz at short. We've yet to see him get much action out there, but I'm sure we'll see it before the end of the weekend.
.6'7" righty, kicks and delivers, swinging a foul. Becker on top of it as he pulls it away. Myers had only been to Georgia a couple of times before transferring to Kennesaw State before the fall. Travel ball brought him down this way. Out of Indianapolis. Went to Butler right there in Indy. Checks back on the runner at first. Patel applies the tag. Shoop in safely.
It's one of the great things about the location of Kennesaw State. Most players come through this area at some point in their travel ball careers. It makes for a great marketing opportunity for us here at Kennesaw State for guys to see it.
Stretch in the 0-2, a breaking ball, check swing, and Spivey says he went around. Another strikeout for Myers. That's number 5 for him.
Center fielder number 9, Riley Priest.
Riley Priest, another one of those talented sophomores that lead this Eagle bunch. Coach Aoki had a lot of good things to say about him yesterday on the call.
And he reached on an error by Patel to start this ball game. He looks at a fastball knee high on the black of the plate. Touching the outer half, 0-1.
With guys like Priest and Feldner, the future looks bright if you're in that Morehead State dugout.
One on, one out, 4-0 Kennesaw State here in the top of the third. Myers to the plate, swing and a miss. There's the changeup from the righty. 0-2 on the switch hitter Priest. Priest hit .324 last year with 47 hits. Collected 22 RBI. Carried a .424 on base percentage. Bent at the knees from the left side. Holds the bat doggling over the left shoulder. In the pitch, swinging a ground ball up the middle, off the glove of the pitcher Myers. Simon Barehands throws to first, one hop over Patel. Karams past the first base dugout. Both runners move into scoring position for Morehead State.
It's one of those tough plays right there. Your instincts as a pitcher tell you to go for the ball. It's very hard to pull that hand back. If he does pull that hand back, you definitely get 1 out, possibly 2. But it's hard to fight those instincts sometimes.
Second error of the day for the Owls. 2 in scoring position for Morehead State. Roman Coons 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And the pitch to the lefty. That's downstairs, 1-0. So Priest credited with a single, and then advancing on the E6. Shoop at third, he had a leadoff walk. And the 1-0 from Myers. Bit off the plate, 2 balls and no strikes. Ready and delivers. Swing and a miss. It's in and out of the mid of Hassan as it trickles up the first baseline. 2-1 on Coons.
These are the type of situations that Myers thrives in. Last weekend, got an opportunity to see him throw an inter squad. He had a rough inning, came right back the next inning, bounced right back, and was dominant.
His 2-1 offering. Down and in, 3-1. And no matter if you're Kennesaw State, Morehead State, or any of the other 300-plus college baseball teams, that's the makeup you look for in a Friday night guy, right, Trey?
Absolutely. That's what we talked about before the game started. That's why he's in this spot. He's got the makeup that everybody looks for in a Friday night guy.
3-1. Swing and a miss. Coons underneath it.
There are a lot of guys with great stuff, but not the makeup to pitch on a Friday night. He's cut from that same cloth. Guys like Kyle Heckathorn, guys like Tony Debrell, A.J. Moore.
4-0 Owls here in the third, the 3-2 pitch. Called strike three. Upper half of the zone. Coons had tossed the bat, jogged up the first base line. Spivey with a punch-out call. Another strikeout here for Myers. He has 2 in every inning so far for 6 on the day, but not out of the jam yet. With Ashton Roy, the second baseman, 3-hole hitter, having 2 Eagles in scoring position, top of the third, 4-0 Kennesaw State. The pitch from Myers, and that dots the middle, 0-1. Roy 0 for 1 with a fly out to left. Myers with the sign, and the pitch. Swing and a foul, look out. Bouncing around the Owls' third base dugout. 0-2, Jack Myers, the Butler transfer, working ahead.
Another change up there, just cued off the end of the bat over in the Kennesaw dugout.
Myers from above the belt. The offering. Down low and away. Not a bad pitch there at 1-2. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Myers as he takes him to the basement. 3 Ks in the inning, and he leaves 2 in scoring position. No runs, 1 base hit, 1 error, 2 stranded. Home half of the third coming up next. Our score, Kennesaw State 4, Morehead State nothing. This is the KSU Owl Network.
For a doubleheader against Morehead State. And also visit the university stores for all your spirit wear, textbooks, and technology needs at www.bookstore.kennesaw.edu.
And we're back at the home half of the third. Nick Hassan to lead it off for the Owls. 4-0 Kennesaw State over Morehead State. And a part of the Ryan Coe era here at Kennesaw State as he makes his debut, the KSU alumnus. Here is the skipper. And time called by Spivey, the music that ran a little late there. Hassan backed away. Would have been a nice offering from Helton. But a part of the Coe era is an emphasis on analytics, and we even get to put it on social media here. Here's the pitch to Hassan. Swing and a tapper back with the middle and a couple of hops. Plucked at second by Roy in front of the bag. Throws low to first, but Feltner bends with it and collects for the first out on a 4-3 putout to retire Hassan 1 away. That home run by Cash Young, a 3-run blast with 2 outs in the previous inning, went 367 feet, a launch angle of 25 degrees. Got out of here in 2.8 seconds. Braden Eatson up from the left side. Pitch is called a strike with a fastball, 0-1.
Braden's another guy who missed significant time last year due to a freak injury.
0-1.
But a guy that they expect big things from this season on both sides of the ball. He will pitch some as well, and he will make a big impact on this team.
1-1. Outside again, 2-1. And Trey, what does that typically look like for a two-way player that's in the field but also pitches? How much practice time do you get at each one?
I think it's very tough.
2-1. Swinging a ground ball, pulled foul, first base side.
It's very tough for a lot of guys. Obviously, you've got to manage his throws. One thing that Coach Coe talked a lot about on the call yesterday was managing Braden's weight. He's done a good job from last year to put on 12 pounds and trying to manage that, make sure he keeps that up.
2-2 from Helton. Swinging a foul, zoomed back to the net.
Because obviously that added mass and that added weight helps him on the mound with his velocity. It helps him at the plate with his power. And you want to keep that up throughout the course of the year. So you've really got to manage his throws and manage his workload to make sure that he's at his top form.
Helton with a sign. Righty winds and fires, and that hits Eatson. Plucks him above the knee. And he's aboard here with 1 away. Second hit batter for Helton today in his opening day start. And now Tyler Simon out of the 6 hole, got aboard with an infield single in the second.
This is an area where coaches typically get more aggressive.
Eatson crawls off the bag at first, and the pitch comes at the hands, just off the white batting gloves of Simon. 1 ball, no strikes.
Got a 4-run lead, fast runner at first base, good bat handler at the plate.
Helton back to the stretch. The pitch, swinging a fly ball that is lifted down the right field line. Coons on the run. He's going. He dives over in right field, and Coons makes an incredible grab. Oh my goodness, Coons on a horse down the line and right, where that foul territory gets awfully skinny. Goes full extension with a left glove hand, comes up with an incredible play for Morehead State.
I've seen a lot of games in this ballpark over the course of the last decade. That might be one of the nicest plays I've ever seen in that corner.
Oh, my goodness. SportsCenter top 10 tie play there for Coons. Kalina up to the dish. He was hit by a pitch earlier. Looks at the pitch with a late break across the zone, 0-1. Kennesaw State 4, Morehead State nothing here in the home half of the third. 2 outs and 1 aboard. The pitch just misses away. Nice eye from Kalina, ball and a strike. Longer look in here from Helton. And back to first he goes. Eatson in on all 4s. Bow to the first base box. And now the pitch. That's down and in over the shoot tops of Kalina. Count runs to 2-1.
I was joking with Coach Way before the game. I told him the first base runner that got over there, I was going to have him throw his helmet at him. That's what he used to do to me back in 2013 and 14.
Why did see Cash Young do that earlier? Shadows start to creep up from the press box. Sun has really played peekaboo today. Clouds have slowly started to dissolve above us. It's been a cold opening day, 41 degrees at first pitch, 39 degrees now. Lights on here at the Shake. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a pop-up out to center field. Priest running in, a trio of Eagles, and it's the shortstop Becker backing up there for the squeeze, and that will put an end to the Owls inning here in the third. That is highlighted by an F9 Coons in right field with a phenomenal grab for the Eagles. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left aboard. We've played 3 in Stillwell Stadium. Our score, Kennesaw State 4 and Morehead State 0. We'll be back here on the KSU Owl Network. Welcome back here to Stillwell Stadium, top of the 4th inning, 4-0 Kennesaw State. Nolan Alexander joined by Trey Fowler. Please join us here on the chat section of YouTube. Keep it clean, keep it fun. And to turn over the play-by-play duties, here's Trey.
Thank you, Nolan. Top of the 4th inning. First pitch, a little downstairs, 1-0. Myers did a great job an inning ago, settling his nerves after the error, getting 2 big strikeouts to end the inning. 1-0 pitch. Fouled off down the third base line. Through the legs of the third base coach. Brings the count to 1-1. The thing that makes Myers so tough to hit, that changeup so tough to hit, is it's a very difficult pitch for coaches to simulate in practice. 1-1 pitch. Catches the corner, moves the count to 1-2. Very difficult pitch to simulate in practice. You can simulate breaking balls, you can simulate high velocity. The changeup is a very tough one to simulate, and that's why he is so tough when he is on. 1-2 pitch in the dirt, skips all the way to the backstop, bringing the count to 2-2.
What I love more than anything from watching him pitch now, Trey, is the tempo that he works with, how he likes to attack batters. I mean, I thought it'd be tough to replace a guy like Jake Rice, drafted by the Diamondbacks last year, but Myers looks like he's ready to step in and fill that role.
2-2 pitch, up and in. Hits Feltner. He'll head down to first base. Leadoff man on for the Eagles.
There's the first broadcaster's jinx of 2022 for me for the baseball season. Yep, right on cue.
You're right, though. Jake Rice was an animal on Friday nights. It obviously one of the more dominant guys we've had in the last decade, won a lot of games, dominated a lot of hitters, but that ability to get the ball and go is something you look for, and something that he had and something that Myers has. Runner at first. Sets and delivers the first pitch outside. The fielder Alex Jacobs grounded out to second in his first at bat. Stands in, wiggles the bat over the head. Myers sets and delivers. Swing and a ground ball to second. Corbin's got it. He'll take the sure out at first, and that'll give you 1 out. Feltner will move up to second on the play.
And I like that play there by Corbin, reading that high hop, going through his mind already, probably not going to have time to try to turn to it. It's going to be risky to get the force out at second base. Instead, as you said, takes more of the sure out at first base and at least get 1 on the board.
Next up, designated hitter number 23, Jacob Ferry, struck out in the second inning. The pitch, change up, right through there for strike 1. Feltner at second. Eagles have a runner in scoring position again this inning. Stranded 2 runners an inning ago. Myers sets the 0-1 pitch. Down and in. Nice stop right there by Nick Hassan. Hassan known for being a very good defensive catcher. They can also swing the bat, follows in the long line of great Kennesaw catchers with the likes of Max Pentecost and Brennan Morgan, Griffin Helms. Just outside there with the 1-1, brings the count to 2-1. Ronnie Freeman, another great Kennesaw catcher. Tyler Tolvey, drafted a year ago by the Atlanta Braves. Saw him just a few days ago, doing great, looks good, put on 15 pounds. Stretch by Myers, and the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Brings the count even to 2-2.
And Trey, knowing Tolvey, that's not 15 pounds how I know I would put on 15 pounds.
Absolutely. I think I've put on 15 pounds as well since the season ended a year ago, but Tolvey's is good weight. The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball. Nice play by Myers, and he'll jog it over to first. Underhand feed to Patel for the second out of the inning.
Trey, there's a little bit of that as a pitcher is too. You make that snag, you kind of look the batter back a little bit, right? You see that?
Definitely have a little more confidence when you catch that ball. Next up, third baseman Isaiah Guzman struck out as well in the second inning. The 0-0 pitch, breaking ball, up and in on Guzman. He'll take the hit by pitch and head down to first. And that will put runners on the corners with 2 outs for the catcher, Brody Shoup.
And that breaking ball got away from Myers inside, like you said, and that's the reason there's 2 runners on right now. Via the hit by pitch. Outside of that, Myers has done what he did well in the first 3 innings, and kind of what the book was on him, a pitcher that works fast, throws low, will get his strikeouts, and pitches to contact with a lot of ground balls.
Runners on the corners, checks them both. And the 0-0 pitch, down and in, ball 1. The Eagles are looking to dent the scoreboard here. Down 4-0 here, top of the 4th inning. Owls using the strength of a Cash Young 3-run home run to extend that lead out to 4-0. Myers sets the 1-0. Down and away, checked his swing. 2-0. Becker, as we mentioned before, labeled as a defensive whiz in the preseason article by D1 Baseball. .2-0 pitch, line just foul. Down the third base line, just missed tucking that one inside the bag.
Yeah, that may have cut the lead in half right there had that one been fair, Trey.
That left field corner is always very, very tough to navigate. One of the best to ever do it. Jake Bruce, part of that super regional team in 2014, does a really, really good job with it. So when it gets down in that left field corner, you never know what's going to happen. And now we have a meeting on the mound. Pitching coach Matt Passour is going to come out and just check and see how Jack is doing. Got a little activity in the Owl bullpen. Some guys starting to stretch out. They were hoping to get 5 innings out of Jack today. He's done yeoman's work to this point. This visit here, more so just to calm him down, let him get a breath, reset, get back in the count, and look to get the team back in the dugout and finish this inning.
Looking forward to seeing what Pass does, this pitching staff. A lot of success at Miami of Ohio, a team that shot up the rankings in the MAC as far as pitching performance all his years there. So far, good work with Myers.
Myers checks both runners and delivers the 2-1. Swing and fouled. Back out of play over the first base dugout. That'll even the count at 2-2.
By the way, if you're curious at home, the Braves World Series trophy, the Commissioner's Trophy up the first base line, it's protected with a tent. No weird of a foul ball destroying history for the Braves today.
2-2, 2 outs, 4-0 here, top of the 4th inning. Myers delivers, down in the dirt. That one's going to skip all the way to the backstop. We're going to have a play at the plate. He is safe. Hassan handled that one about as good as you could handle it. Nice flip there to Myers. Bang, bang play at the plate, but to no avail. And that'll put the first run on the board of the day for the Morehead State Eagles. It'll move Isaiah Guzman into scoring position. And we now have a full count, 3-2 on the catcher, Brody Shoup.
That was one of the best bounces you could get on one in the dirt. It came right back to sawing off the net. Such a close play.
It's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a fly ball into center field. Hatcher tracking it over into right center. And it will be Braden Eadson stealing it from him, making the catch to end the inning. But not before Morehead State puts one on the board and cuts the Owl lead to 4-1.
Metro Atlanta Ambulance Service is proud to be the official ambulance provider for Kennesaw State University Athletics and KSU Owls baseball. In 2015, Metro Atlanta Ambulance Service and KSU Lone Star School of Nursing came together and created the Metro Atlanta EMS Academy. KSU takes this opportunity to thank Metro Atlanta Ambulance Service for the support of KSU Athletics, and we congratulate you on the EMS Academy's ongoing success.
And we are back here on the Owl Network. Morehead State, Kennesaw State, bottom of the fourth inning. Owls lead 4-1. Leading off for the Owls is going to be designated hitter Spencer Hansen. First pitch, strike over the inside corner. Luke Helton still on the mound for the Eagles. 0-1 pitch. Ground ball, tap foul over by the on deck circle. Sorry, this is Gavin Patel leading off, the first baseman. Gavin with a big hit, scored the Owls' first run. Line drive, caught by the shortstop. Nice play right there by Becker, showing what we have talked about that defensive whiz on display right there with a nice diving catch.
Tell you what, Trey, Morehead State packed the leather on its bus down to Atlanta. The Eagles have flashed the leather throughout
the
first
definitely
3+
done that
innings of
from
this
the
ball
first
game.
inning. First pitch to Hansen, outside, 1-0. Spencer Hansen, sack, bunt back in that second inning. Second inning when Owls scored all 4 of their runs. The 1-0 pitch fouled away over the first base dugout and on to the old soccer field. Evens the count at 1-1. One pitch, fouled off in the box, off Hansen's foot, and trickles out of play.
Yeah, Trey, that's been an old soccer field, an old throws field for track and field. It's now an open green space, which is used for a variety of things.
It's been multi-purpose. We used it for kids camp. We've used it for an extra infield. The old owl run took place over there. 1-2 pitch to Hansen. Fouled off again into the net above the Morehead State dugout. If you've played baseball at Kennesaw State in the last couple of decades, you know the owl run well. It wasn't a day that many look forward to. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball up the first base line. Nice diving play there by Feltner over to Helton with a nice 3-1 putout. You mentioned it before. They packed the leather on the bus, and they are showing it off time and time again today.
I cannot commend the defensive play of Morehead State enough in this ball game thus far. Line drive to Beckner. Okay, that's a good play and reaction. What Feltner did right over there at first base, that was an incredible play.
First pitch to Hatcher outside, 1-0. And it's been everybody. It's not just been one guy flashing the leather to this point. It's been a little bit of everybody. 1-0 pitch to Hatcher. Swing and a miss. 1-1 count.
And then Hanson's got speed. That's right. He's batting at the bottom of the order, trying to get somewhat of a pseudo leadoff guy back there.
1-1 pitch outside, 2-1.
So Feltner, after making a great play, didn't have much time, had to rush it, and Hanson even went in, diving in, hands up first to try to beat it out.
2-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball to short. Becker up with it. He'll make the throw over to first to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Owls in the fourth. We head to the fifth. Still Owls on top, 4-1. And we are back on the Owl Network. I'm Trey Fowler here with Nolan Alexander. Got a great ball game so far here on opening day. We head to the top of the fifth inning with the Owls on top 4-1. And leading off for Morehead State will be the shortstop, Colton Becker. First pitch to him, inside, 1-0 count. Becker will look to do what many baseball players do, follow up two nice defensive plays by getting on base. Myers still on the bump for the Owls. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. And on cue, base hit to center field by Becker. Just out of the reach of a diving Tyler Simon. Hatcher gets it back in quickly. And it'll hold Becker to a single. So leadoff man on here in the fifth for the Eagles.
Nice swing of the bat there from Becker. You could tell he was looking ready to cut away on the opening pitch from Myers. Shoots it right at the middle, as you said, just underneath the range of Tyler Simon. It's short. And Morehead State is trying to put some plays together, crawl back into this ball game.
Myers sets. Delivers the first pitch to Priest. High and away. Ball one. There's some action in the Owls bullpen as Jared Ryan is up and throwing. 4-1 ball game here, top of the fifth. Myers sets, checks Becker, and delivers the 1-0. Outside, change up, 2-0.
And Ryan was a key piece last year out of the pen in 17 appearances. Had the second lowest ERA amongst qualifiers in the staff, 2.25 over 40 innings.
2-0 pitch. Outside, 3-0. Ryan did a great job. He was a guy, you brought him in with the lead, and he usually held the lead and kept it right there. He was the stopper for us, much like Richard Lovelady was in 2016. You mentioned Passeur and all of the great things he's done. 3-0 pitch. Strike right through there, 3-1. One of Passeur's first great things as a pitching coach at East Georgia Junior College was Richard Lovelady. And he did yeoman's work with Richard. Richard obviously pitching now for the Kansas City Royals. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a ground ball back through the middle. That one will squeeze through. Hatcher up with it. And he'll lob it back in to Simon. And the Eagles have the first 2 on here in the 5th. There's on 1st and 2nd, 5th inning. Will be interesting to see how the Eagles play this. Kuntz has struck out a couple times. And here comes Matt Pastor back to the mound. I think he's made the call already to the pen. And it looks like we will see Jared Ryan here in the 5th inning.
And it's interesting. This is almost like, Trey, basketball, where sometimes teams try to do defense into offense. You mentioned Becker. A couple nice plays in the field. Leads it off with a single. Priest in center field. Really haven't seen him have to do much in center field. Ball hasn't been hit out there. But Kuntz has the play of the day, taking away an extra base hit in right field. Now he stands up here, 2 on, no outs, trying to get his team down 4-1 here midway through the ball game.
Absolutely, and the call has been made to Jared Ryan. He'll come trotting in from the bullpen in left field in a big situation. Runners at 1st and 2nd, 4-1 ball game here in the top of the 5th. Nobody out, and Roman Kuntz stepping to the plate. As I said before, it'll be interesting to see how the Eagles play this. Will they try to bunt, move 2 runners into scoring position for their 3-4 hitters, or will they let Kuntz swing away?
Now pitching for the Owls, number 16, Jared Ryan.
So a look here at Myers with his partial line, still responsible, of course, for the 2 men on with the 2 singles here in the 5th inning. For Myers today, in his first start with Kennesaw State after transferring from Butler University, 4 innings today with 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Had a wild pitch. Faced off against 19 batters. He hit 2 today. Again for Myers, 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned, 1 walk, 7 punch-outs, 1 wild pitch, couple of hit batters against 19 different Eagles. Responsible for the men at 1st and 2nd with a couple of singles.
A great job by Jack Myers in his first Kennesaw State start. He will leave with the lead, which is something you always want to do, especially in that first start in a new uniform. You want to give your team a chance to win the game. He's done just that. Had the changeup working today. A lot of swings and misses on that pitch. And now Jared Ryan will come in, who has a great changeup himself. Fastball for Ryan will run anywhere between 88 and 90, 92. Has been up to 94 in the past. 20 appearances last year, 6 saves. Local product, Hillgrove High School for Jared Ryan. He's one of the more impressive kids I've ever seen at a Kennesaw State prospect camp. Caught the staff's attention there and has done great things in an Owl uniform. So here we go. Top of the 5th, nobody out. Runners at 1st and 2nd. 2-hole hitter up from Morehead State, Roman Kuntz, the right fielder. Unbelievable diving catch earlier in the game. As I mentioned, one of the better I've ever seen in that right field corner. First pitch from Ryan to Kuntz. Inside, 1-0. Fans are bundled up here today on a cold, brisk day at Stillwell Stadium. 1-0 pitch, fouled straight back. Moves the count to 1-1. One thing you can always guarantee on opening day, no matter how beautiful the weather's been, it usually turns off a little cold for opening day.
Yeah, that sunset's a little too early for this time of year for baseball.
Stretched by Ryan, the 1-1. In the dirt, great stop there by Nick Hassan. We talked about his defensive skills. He puts them on display there. That one gets to the backstop. You have 2 runners in scoring position for the 2, 3, 4 hitters.
And something new for him this year is deciding to go with that 1-knee approach.
2-1. Fouled off. Count evens at 2-2. Fouled over the third base dugout. Back to the apartments.
When we say 1 knee, that's crouched down, really using 1 knee, the other for balance. So in that previous pitch, bent down with a right knee. and had the left extended out.
Ryan sets, checks the runner at second. 2-2 in the dirt. Another nice stop by Hassan there. That one knee approach for the catcher really allows him to get down low, gives a great low target for the pitcher, allows him to steal some of those balls at the bottom of the zone, which is always critical in any count. Payoff pitch to Kuntz in the dirt. That'll be a walk, and that'll load the bases for the second baseman, Ashton Roy. Bases loaded, nobody out, top of the fifth. Owls on top, 4-1. And they would definitely love to trade 2 outs for a run here.
How many triple plays have you seen in your time, Trey?
Not many. What's funny, as the first pitch misses there to Roy, moves the count to 1-0. What's funny is former Kennesaw State pitcher Will Solomon, pitching in independent baseball, had 2 triple plays turned behind him in the same game.
Wow.
Stretched by Ryan, the 1-0 pitch to Roy. Another one in the dirt. That one gets away. Nice play by Hassan to corral it. Keeps Becker at third.
Look, I know the checks that come in an indie ball aren't the biggest into your direct deposit, but certainly had to take him out for a little extra per diem afterward. An extra post-game spread of Mickey D's, right?
You would hope so. If your defense turns 2 triple plays behind you, you would hope that you're giving them something to. The 2-0 pitch. Outside, moves the count to 3-0. Bases
really
loaded, 3-0. Here to Roy with the OVC preseason player of the year, Feltner, waiting on deck. 3-0 pitch by Ryan. Downstairs, ball 4, and that'll bring in a run. That'll move the score to 4-2.
So I was saying this is uncharacteristic of what we saw in 2021 from Jared Ryan. A 4-pitch walk to bring in a run. You know, last year on the mound only issued 13 walks compared to 32 strikeouts. Command certainly wasn't his issue. And a tough look there to start out here in the 5th.
No, Jared usually has really good command of the strike zone. And up steps to the plate for Morehead State, the first baseman, number 30, Jackson Feltner, OVC preseason player of the year, preseason All-American, freshman of the year a year ago in the conference. Stretched by Ryan in the first pitch, another miss downstairs. A lot of his misses so far have been downstairs. Back-to-back hits up the middle started the inning for the Eagles. And that's been followed up by 2 walks. 1-0 pitch to Feltner. Downstairs again, 2-0.
And there is action in the Kennesaw State bullpen. It's a righty who's trying to loosen up in a hurry. Appears to be number 22, Nathan Holler.
Two-0 pitch from Ryan. Right through there, 2-1. And sometimes that's where you got to start. You get that 1, and then they start coming, especially for a guy like Ryan, who normally has really, really good command. Always commands the zone well, attacks hitters. Sets at the belt. The 2-1 pitch. Fouled back to the screen, 2-2. So a big pitch coming in this ball game. 4-2 Owl lead, top of the 5th inning. Already a run in for the Eagles here, and still nobody out. The line, the 2-2. Down low, runs the count full to 3-2. Another great stop there by Nick Hassan. Ryan steps off, rechecks the sign. Comes set and delivers. Down and away. Ball 4. That'll bring in another run for the Eagles. Cut the lead to 4-3. That'll bring up the left fielder, number 34, Alex Jacobs. Home plate umpire Kevin Spivey has a brief word there with Owls head coach Ryan Coe. Time is called. Matt Pastor will make another visit to the mound. And this is a tough situation for a coaching staff, a guy that's very consistent, especially at pounding the strike zone and throwing strikes. Kind of loses the strike zone and does so in a hurry, and something that you're not expecting. It's very tough to get a guy up and ready in a hurry, but they did just that with Nate Holler.
Yeah, since Ryan's come in, just 3 straight walks. Every Morehead State batter this inning has reached back-to-back singles off Jack Myers to finish his first start as an Owl uniform. And then for Ryan, 3 consecutive walks out of the pen. I mean, I don't know how far you have to go back in Jared Ryan's career to find the last time he walked 3 straight batters.
It's happened very seldom, I'm sure. And now we've got a meeting by the umpires because Nathan Holler crossed the line and came in from the bullpen with no call being made by the umpire or by Coach Pastor. Holler is now going back to the bullpen.
Haven't seen this before, Trey.
No, this is one you don't see very often, but I am pretty sure in a situation and circumstance such as this, the umpire has to call the player into the game. And since that signal was never made, nothing will happen right there. Jared Ryan will stay in this ball game, which is now a 4-3 ball game, top of the 5th. Nobody out, bases loaded. Inning started off with back-to-back singles and then 3 straight walks. And now we have the left fielder, Alex Jacobs, at the plate for the Eagles. Ryan's first pitch to him, downstairs. A lot of his misses so far have been down. Steps off. The signs to the pitcher and catcher are coming from Coach Pastor in the dugout, so they both look at him after each pitch to get the sign. The 1-0, swing and a miss. Brings the count even to 1-1. The Owls could use an atom ball here.
This rate, Trey, I think they'll take an out, period. Atom ball would be great.
The stretch and the 1-1. Fouled off down the third base line over the Owls dugout. And on the Kennesaw State University drive. It's the first time he's gotten ahead. 1-2. See if he can put him away and get the first out of this inning. Sets at the belt. The 1-2. Downstairs. Moves the count full to, or even to 2-2. That was a changeup. One of Jared Ryan's best pitches and one of his best out pitches there.
And I think if he hadn't had the walks prior to that, that's probably a pitch that Jacobs may bite on right there.
Absolutely. 2-2 count. Just missed. Down and away. Runs the count full to 3-2. Nolan, I think he hit the nail on the head. Had he been more around the plate, he probably gets a swing on that 1-2 pitch. Stretch and the payoff pitch. Swing, and that's going to be a fly ball into left field. Kalina ranging back. He's under it. He's got it. And he'll throw into third base, but that will be a sacrifice fly, and that will tie the game as Roman Kuntz scores for the Eagles. And we've got a brand new ball game here in the top of the 5th, tied at 4. First and second now, 1 out. Designated hitter Jacob Ferry coming to the plate. He struck out twice on the day. Got Roy at second, Feltner at first. Ryan sets, checks Roy, delivers the first pitch, fouled off down the left field line. That one will bounce off a Kennesaw State University drive and over to the apartments.
And I think here you really just kind of credit the patience and the headsy approach of Morehead State. The defense gave some momentum. You don't always get that in baseball.
0-1 pitch from Ryan. Fouled back to the screen, 0-2.
You come out ready to swing against Myers, knowing that he struggled with just a little bit of control the previous half inning for the first time, thinking maybe he wants to get in on these hitters quickly, looking to swing early against a fastball. Becker gets on board. Then Myers struggles with command and falls behind the count, gives up a single, and then just patience, patience, patience here by Morehead State against Ryan.
0-2 pitch. Check swing, did not go. That one was very close, but just a little bit elevated and just a little bit off the outside corner there. There's the count to 1-2. No, I think you hit the nail right on the head there, Nolan. They showed a lot of patience in this inning, and that patience has paid off. And kind of against what the scouting report would say. You look at the scouting report on Ryan, it would say, hey, he's going to be around the plate, get up there, be ready to swing the bat. And they identified early what they saw. He was out of the zone. 1-2 pitch. Outside, moves it even to 2-2. Identified he was out of the zone, and that patience has led to 3 runs in the inning and a tie ball game.
And it's funny, Trey, I feel like in my years of college baseball, sometimes the biggest outliers of a season have to be on opening day. One way or another, right?
2-2 pitch is in the dirt. Nice stop there by Hassan to hold the runners at first and second. That'll bring the count full to 3-2. I think the biggest outliers, one of the greatest things that was ever told to me by my first boss, Jim Waits, was you're never as good as you think you are after opening weekend. You're never as bad as you think you are. 3-2 pitch. Both runners on the move, fouled straight back and off the screen. Interesting call there by Morehead State to put the runners in motion with 1 out. And we'll reset.
And I like the call from Morehead State there, right? Because you think, okay, the pitcher here, Ryan, he's walked 3 batters. You just give him a sac fly. He knows he's got to throw a strike. He's already walked 3, misses here. No harm in putting the runners in motion. Maybe you get some cheese right down the middle, and you can score 2 and take the lead.
Payoff pitch again. In the dirt. Actually hit Ferry there, and that will once again load the bases with 1 out for the Eagles. No, they've got all the momentum going their way, and putting those runners in motion was a smart idea. Keep the momentum train rolling. That'll bring up the third baseman, Isaiah Guzman. But before that, here comes Coach Passeur, and we'll have a pitching change.
So with the new pitcher coming in for the Owls, we'll step aside for a microwave minute, pick it back up here in the 5th inning. Kennesaw State and Morehead State tied up at 4 in the KSU Owl Network.
We are back here on the Owl Network. I'm Trey Fowler alongside Nolan Alexander. And we have got a good ball game here as Kennesaw State and Morehead State are tied 4-4. The new pitcher on the mound for the Owls is right-hander Nathan Holler. Nathan was 1-0 in 17 appearances a year ago, 7.33 ERA, 27 innings pitched, 26 hits, 22 earned runs, 24 walks, 34 strikeouts. First pitch to Guzman is right through there for strike one. That's exactly what you wanted to see from Holler. Come right out of the bullpen, throwing strikes. We have a stop in action here as Kevin Spivey was just trying to get a little bit of clarification there from third base umpire Josh Gilreath.
And if you're a Kennesaw State fan, you're thinking, we just threw a strike. Come on, Spivey. Let us have a break right here and start to build a roll.
0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. 0-2 count, one out. Top of the fifth. The Eagles have tied the game at 4. Stretch by Holler. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Gets the strike out of Guzman. A big, big pitch there by Nathan Holler.
That slider looks good right there, Trey. Fell off the plate, so deceiving and juicy. Guzman couldn't get up to it. Holler comes in, 3 straight strikes. Exactly what the doctor needed for the Owls, searching for one more out here.
First pitch to the catcher, Shope. Outside. 1-0 count. Be a big shot of adrenaline and energy to that Kennesaw State dugout if Holler can find a way out of this inning, keeping that game right there at 4-4. Sets at the belt. The 1-0 pitch. Misses downstairs, moves the count to 2-0. Holler did a great job a year ago of never letting the moment get to him. He was thrown into some very tough situations early in his Kennesaw State career. Always held his composure. Did a really, really good job of that. Coach Coe's looking for him to do it again here. 2-0 pitch by Holler. Up and away. Ball 3. Good patience shown by Shope here. And this might be a situation where if you're Coach Ioki, you might have Shope take 2 pitches. 3-0. Strike over the inside corner on a fastball. Moves it to 3-1.
I think just based off what we've witnessed, I'm with you, Trey. If I'm Morehead State, I'm taking one more time. If I'm Holler, even if I take a little bit off of it, got to find one in the zone here. Can't walk in another run this inning.
Steps off. And home plate umpire Kevin Spivey there issuing a warning to Nathan Holler.
What was the warning for?
Not sure on that one. That might be a new rule right there. We'll get that more clarification on that here. 3-1 pitch. Outside, ball 4. And that'll give Morehead State the lead on another bases loaded walk here in the inning.
So Morehead State has a 5-4 lead off a base hit. A singular base hit here in the 5th inning.
2 base hits to start the inning.
Or excuse me, 3. They haven't. I guess the scoreboard's a little off here.
4 walks, a hit by pitch. First pitch to Becker, down low, 1-0. Now, if you're Holler, you can't control what's happened to this point. All you can control is this next pitch, getting your team back in the dugout, giving them a chance to take the lead right back. 1-0 pitch, slider, right through there, 1-1. Becker led things off in this inning. Base hit up the middle after a couple of sparkling defensive plays in the bottom half of the 4th. 1-1. Breaking ball popped up. That's going to be a tough play. Ranging over is Corbin. He's under it. He's got it. And the inning comes to an end, but not before the Eagles tack on 4 runs on 2 hits to take a 5-4 lead. We are back on the KSU Owl Network as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Luke Helton still on the mound for the Eagles. And due up for the Owls is going to be the third baseman, number 4, Cash Young. 1 for 1 on the day. Had the big 3-run home run in the 2nd inning. Looking to get things back going for the Owls here. First pitch to him. Fastball over the inside corner, strike 1.
Trey, I feel like we haven't seen Luke Helton since January.
It's been quite a while. 0-1 pitch. Fastball over the outside corner. 0-2.
And I think that's what he wants to do right here. Come in, pound the strike zone, see if you can get Kennesaw State quickly back in the dugout after such a long inning for the Owls when they were in the field.
0-2 pitch, up and away. Absolutely. Exactly what Jack Myers did for the Owls in the 3rd inning. They scored 4 runs. He had a quick inning, or a scoreless inning to get them right back in there. That's what Helton is looking to do here. 1-2 pitch. Swing fouled up over the press box and out of play. We'll do it again. Ground ball, shortstop. Becker up with it, over to Felton at first for the first out of the inning. Final line on Kennesaw State's starter, Jack Myers. 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 3 earned runs. Next up will be the second baseman, number 10, Zach Corbin. First pitch to him, outside and low. 1-0 pitch to Corbin. Downstairs, moves the count to 2-0. Asking for time there, but home plate umpire Kevin Spivey did not grant him time. Good advantage count here for Corbin, 2-0. Pitch, inside, low, ball 3. Last thing.
And Trey, back to Myers and going for his line.
3-0 pitch. Right through there for strike 1.
Tough luck. You only have 1 earned run when you leave. You have 7 strikeouts in 4 innings. It's kind of a funky ending for him. So such a great start.
3-1 pitch to Corbin, popped up. Kuntz breaks back, comes in, under it, and he's got it for out number 2 in the bottom of the 5th. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Eagles took a 5-4 lead in the top half with 4 runs. Owls looking to answer here. Next up is catcher Nick Hassan. First pitch to him. Outside. One-0 pitch right through there over the outside corner. 1-1. If you're the Owls here, you just got to take a deep breath. A lot of ball game left. Play it one pitch at a time. 1-1 pitch, swing, ball down the left field line. That one's going to get in the stands. Kind of off Hassan's hands a little bit there. Move the count to 1-2. So Helton looking to throw up a goose egg, get his bunch back in the dugout and swinging the bats. 1-2 pitch to Hassan. Line drive right at Becker. And another nice play. That'll end the inning for the Owls in the fifth. 3 up, 3 down. We'll head to the 6th on the KSU Owl Network with the Morehead State Eagles leading 5-4. We are back on the KSU Owl Network here in the top of the 6th inning. Morehead State is taking a 5-4 lead. Nathan Holler back on the mound for the Owls. And Morehead State will have the top of their order due up here in the inning with center fielder Riley Priest, right fielder Roman Kuntz, and second baseman Ashton Roy.
So Kennesaw State with Hollard's third pitch for the day. No action in the Owls bullpen after just came in. But looking at the Morehead State bullpen, my goodness, Trey.
First pitch from Holler's up and away all the way to the backstop. That'll be 1-0.
I think they have half the roster doing calisthenics out there, especially in between innings.
Yeah, they're trying to keep.
I think there's 2 guys warming up, but unofficially, I think there may be 5 out there in the bullpen.
Stretch by Holler. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball just downstairs. 2-0. Holler working exclusively out of the stretch here. A lot of guys down in that bullpen for Morehead State. I think they're trying to keep warm on this cold day.
The only one that's taking the warm-up off is Grant Herron, a righty.
2-0 pitch to Priest. Is right through there for a strike, 2-1. If you're Holler, you've just got to hold them right there. Give your offense a chance. A lot of ball game left. Sets at the belt. And the 2-1 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. 2-2. Nate Holler's a great story, great recruiting story. Saw him at a camp up in Kansas City several years ago. The first time I talked to him, he wanted no part of coming to school in Georgia. He's from Illinois. 2-2 pitch. Off of Hassan's glove back to the backstop. That'll move the count to 3-2. We stayed on him a little bit, and he came down like many kids do with his travel team to play in an event here in the area. Came over, visited with former pitching coach Kevin Herminio, now with the Cleveland Indians. They hit it off really well, and next thing you knew, Holler was an Owl. 3-2 pitch. Inside. That'll be another walk for the Eagles. Priest will head down to first base, and that'll bring up Roman Coots, who walked an inning ago. And I'll be interested to see here if Coach Aoki showed some aggressiveness an inning ago by putting runners in motion. Now that he has the lead, it's getting later in the game, top of his order. If he starts putting some guys in motion and trying to make some extra things happen here. Holler sets at the belt. First pitch, outside, ball one.
I'm curious too, but I'm also curious, do you just continue the approach of make Kennesaw State throw you a strike? Only one walk issued by Owl pitchers through the first 3 innings. That was by Myers, starter, with 7 strikeouts. Since then, 5.
1-0 pitch. Fouled off down the third base line. Over to the apartment, so even the count at 1-1. Yeah, I definitely think that Morehead State's going to take the same approach that got them the lead. They're going to be patient. There haven't been a ton of strikes called in this game. A lot of swinging, missed strikes, not a ton of strikes called, so they're going to be patient here. 1-1 pitch. Fouled off again, same spot. And Holler jumps on top in the count 1-2.
Yeah, I would be curious to see afterward the amount of strikes that have been called in this game compared to swings and misses or a foul ball like what we just saw there.
Holler sets at the belt, checks Priest at first. The 1-2 pitch, ground ball to second. Corbin's got it to Simon for 1, and that's all they will get. Nice play by Simon to handle a low throw and keep his foot on the bag there. That'll lead to 1 out in the inning. Top of the 6th here at Kennesaw State. Beautiful Stillwell Stadium. Cold day. Sun coming in and out. 5-4 Morehead State leads. Runner on first. Second baseman Ashton Roy coming to the plate. First pitch from Holler. Just downstairs for a ball. 1-0. All of the close pitches around the strike zone.
I was going to say, did that miss by an inch? Half an inch?
Not a ton of strikes. And from what I've seen in my coaching career, first Holler throws to first base. What I've seen in my coaching career, guys that are a little bit different, a little bit funky like Holler is, throwing from the lower slot. Sometimes it's harder for the umpire to pick up, especially on those borderline pitches at the bottom of the zone. They miss those quite often. Next pitch, 1-0, swing and a miss. Even the count at 1-1. Just like the hitter, the umpire, the catcher, everybody's seeing a different window back there than they've seen for most of the game. And sometimes, especially early, first couple of hitters, it's a little bit tougher to pick up. Holler sets the 1-1. Down and away. Moves the count to 2-1. Holler asking for the sign again out of the Kennesaw dugout. Like so many teams in college baseball these days, the signs are coming directly from the pitching coach to the pitcher and catcher at the same time. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Leaving the count at 2-2.
Trey, what was the year that really caught on?
I think the change in signs and how you deliver signs really came with the advent of the Synergy video technology into college baseball. Holler sets, 2-2 pitch, fouled back to the screen. Count will stay at 2-2. When the Synergy technology, which started in basketball, spilled over into baseball, and you could really break things down and see every single pitch and analyze what signs the catchers are given. Especially at second base, that's where you saw more coaches start to go to the wristbands and the grids to try and make it easier. 2-2 pitch. Outside, strike 3 call. That'll be 2 outs. I think that's only the second called strike 3 on the day, if my calculations are correct.
I think Spivey heard us up here, Trey. Said, okay, I remember the punch-out call. I can identify a strike.
With 2 outs, that'll bring up Jackson Feltner, first baseman. Feltner also walked an inning ago, has been hit by a pitch and struck out in the first. First pitch to him. Strike. right through there. 0-1 count. But as soon as coaches started figuring out, to go back to that story, as soon as coaches started figuring out signs were easily getting stolen. 0-1 pitch in there again, 0-2. Signs were easily getting stolen, and teams were able to exploit that through that technology. That's when you start seeing the shift to how signs were delivered to make it pick-proof. Holler sets, 0-2 pitch. Just down and in. That'll bring the count to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Morehead State leads 5-4. 1-2 pitch to Feltner. Fouled off, back to the backstop, off the net. As the sun starts to set here, and it's going to get a little colder, going to get a little more chilly.
Yeah, my watch says 37, getting down to 32 tonight.
We'll do the 1-2 pitch again. Slider, lined. Corbin's got it on. He caught it in the air, and that will end the inning. Morehead State gets a base runner, but can do no more. We head to the home half of the 6th. Morehead State still on top, 5-4 here on the KSU Owl Network. We are back here in the bottom of the 6th inning from Kennesaw State. Morehead State Eagles lead 5-4, and they've got a new pitcher on the mound in number 29, sophomore Grant Herron. 1-2 a year ago in 17 appearances, 2 saves, 24 2/3 innings pitched, 30 hits, 24 runs, 24 earned, 20 walks, 36 strikeouts, and opponents hit .294 against him. He'll be facing Braden Eadson to lead off here in the 6th. First pitch to him, strike right through there.
And sometimes when you see numbers like that, Trey, and this is just judging a book by its cover.
0-1 pitch. Ground ball to first. Going to be a tough hop, and it gets through Feltner and into right field. That was a tough one there, and the Owls have a leadoff man on here in the 6th.
Yeah, you said it. That was an ant scorcher up the first base line, took kind of that somewhat of an in-between hop and came up hard on Feltner. And we've seen Morehead State play nearly flawless defense so far. Can't play perfect the whole year. First error comes over for Feltner here in the 6th inning.
That'll put a leadoff man on for the Owls, down 5-4 here in the bottom of the 6th. Shortstop Tyler Simon steps to the plate. Aaron sets. Long hold here and steps off. We've got another warning here. And I think what they might be doing there with those warnings from home plate umpire Kevin Spivey is once you get, obviously there's a 20-second pitch clock in play. Once you get down to very few seconds on that clock, if you step off, I think they have started instituting a warning this year, and then maybe a second time and that clock runs out. That'll be a ball on the hitter. First pitch to Simon, squares around a bunt. Eatson was on the move there as well, and Simon fouls it back to the backstop. That'll be an 0-1 count.
And you can't feign the little fake third throw to first. There has to be a real move if you do step off the rubber to make either the throw to first or a real intentional pump over to third. Because that's what they found out with pitchers a lot of times. They come close, step off, and I do something to somewhat beat the system. Everybody's looking for the loophole.
Everybody's looking for the edge. And he'll throw over to first, Eatson back. Heron, in a preseason article, Coach Aoki tagged him as a guy whose velocity is climbing. He's got swing and miss stuff. I would expect to see a very solid secondary pitch out of him. Simon squares around again. Bunt out in front of the mound. Nice play by Heron to get to it. He'll throw over to Feltner for the out. And that'll move Eatson into scoring position with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. And up to the plate steps Nick Kalina.
Good bunt there by Simon. Puts now in scoring position. A base knock here by Kalina. Well plays, can tie up this ball game for the Owls.
Kalina's 0 for 1 on the day, hit by pitch. First pitch to him, off of Heron's glove into no man's land, and that's going to put runners at first and third for the Owls with 1 out. So a ground ball back through the middle, off of Heron's glove, trickled into no man's land as both of the middle infielders were going towards the bag. And that'll be a base hit for Nick Kalina.
And as much as Morehead State was maybe the beneficiary of some hops earlier and the Eagles played great defense, they're not bad defense. It's a hot shot to the mound, goes off your glove. It's really unfortunate for the Eagles. But just how Kennesaw State had control pitching, all went away 1 inning, kind of what's happening here defensively for Morehead State.
Gavin Patel at the plate. First pitch to him, fastball, top of the zone for a strike. Gavin Patel had the first RBI hit for the Owls back in the 2nd inning. He's 1 for 2 on the day, hit the ball hard both times as he lined out to short in his other at-bat in the 4th.
Really curious to see what the move is with Kalina at first base, especially with a runner at third and 1 out.
0-1 pitch, breaking ball in the dirt. Kalina might be the smartest and most baseball savvy of all the Owls. He does a really, really good job running the bases. He's not the fastest runner, but he gets the most out of his speed and his instincts. And if there's a guy that you would feel comfortable turning loose, he might be the one. Set by Heron in the 1-1 pitch. Fastball up, popped up. This is going to be a tough play. Center fielder coming in. He'll settle underneath it, makes the catch. And Eatson will stay put at third. Kalina stays put at first. And we now have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th with Morehead clinging to this 5-4 lead.
Well, we could feel it up here in the booth, Trey, putting Kalina in action. The Owls went with a hit and run up with the dish with Patel just a little bit too much underneath it, too shallow in center field for Priest. If he's back further, I think you send the runner Eatson over from third base, but the right call there to hold up Eatson.
That's a tough one. That's always a tough one. You got Hansen up here. You're hoping he can deliver a 2-out hit. First pitch to him. Fastball just out of the reach of Becker, and that will tie this game at 5. Big knock there for the Tallahassee Community College transfer, Spencer Hansen. And we've got a brand new ball game once again. What could you ask for anything more on opening day than what we've seen to this point? And it brings up Mississippi State transfer 2021 College World Series champion Josh Hatcher.
So, Trey, that's now 2 RBIs for the Owls out of their 8 and 9 batters, and 4 of the 5 runs have come with 2 outs here tonight.
2-out hitting is what leads to championships. First pitch to Hatcher, chop foul down the first base line. All great teams have the ability to come up with a big hit with 2 outs. Obviously, in a perfect world, Patel gets it done, the batter before, but he got a tough pitch, an elevated fastball on a hit and run. He had to swing at it, and he did all he could to put that ball in play. But the next guy up, Spencer Hansen, big knock. 0-1 pitch to Hatcher. Breaking ball down, and they say he went. Josh Gilreath in the middle of the field, moving over from his third base umpiring position in the middle on the umpire rotation, calls that check swing a strike.
Tough vantage point to make that call.
Heron sets the 0-2 pitch to Hatcher. Ground ball back to the middle. Heron's got it. Over to first, and that will end the inning, but not before the Owls pick up a run and tie this game back up 5-5 as we head to the 7th on the KSU Owl Network.
Smarter, the smarter way to buy tickets to live events. If you're looking to experience and enjoy the power and excitement of all the best sports, concerts, and theater events, visit ticketsmarter.com and download the app today. Don't miss out. Smart fans start at ticketsmarter.com.
And we are back here for the top of the 7th inning here at Kennesaw State University, Stillwell Stadium. I'm Trey Fowler, and I'm going to turn it back over to Nolan Alexander to take you the rest of the way.
Thank you very much, Trey. Great job here in your play-by-play debut for the KSU Owl Network. All knotted at 5 here to begin the 7th inning. Sun is set. Dusk upon us. Lights are on. Here to begin the 7th inning, Nathan Holler back on the bump. And his first pitch to Alex Jacobs runs up and away, 1-0. Jacobs 0 for, and then a sac fly. A couple of ground outs to the second baseman, Zach Corbin. On a righty versus lefty matchup for the first base side of the rubber, he delivers, and this pitch is sent in the air to right center field. Eatson and Hatcher drifting over. It's the right fielder Eatson, and just a little slimmer of sunlight in right center there for a one-handed squeeze and 1 away. Appreciate everyone joining us here today on our YouTube broadcast. Papa Duke in Falling Waters, West Virginia, also cheering on Owls softball. They fell in a 1-run game to Sanford just across the way. Shanti joining us, former Owl Ryan Kennedy as well. This pitch grounded to first off of one knee, snared by Gavin Patel. He trots to the bag, and there's 2 away.
Nice play there by Patel. Hot shot. He stayed down on it, did exactly what you want to do as a first baseman. Keep that ball in front of you. You've got a chance.
Feel free to chime in where you're joining from today over in our comments section to the right. Eagles 5, Owls 5 here, opening day 2022 under new head coach Ryan Coe and his staff. Guzman to the dish, 0 for with a hit by pitch, and he waves and misses. Foul tipped into the mid of Hassan. 0-1. Got a little trivia question for you. We'll get to it in the home half of the 7th following the stretch. Holler delivers. Swing, a pop-up right side of the infield. Patel, the first baseman on the infield grass, now drifts back to the dirt. A two-handed squeeze, and the inning comes to a close. 1, 2, 3, go the Eagles for the first time since the 2nd inning. Stretch time here at the Shake. The score, Morehead State 5, Kennesaw State 5. This is the KSU Al Network. Hope you enjoy the 7th inning stretch. 5 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, 8 stranded by Morehead State. 5 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors, 5 left aboard by Kennesaw State. Nolan Alexander joined by Trey Fowler here in the first of 4 between the Owls and the Eagles from Stillwell Stadium. Part of a long homestand for the Owls to begin 2022. Heron delivers, and his first pitch to Cash Young misses just a little bit there towards the outer half, 1-0. Young 1 for 2, a walk, a 3-run home run in the 2nd inning that put the Owls up 4-0 then. A pitch from the righty, and it's skied in the air out to deep right center field. Priest, the center fielder, drifting over. The right fielder backs up. It's Coons up against the track, and he's there for the grab in front of the outstretched Owl logo. 1 away.
It's one of those balls right there later on in the year when it warms up. That one might get out of here, but as cold as it is today, not going to make it.
Wind was more of a factor earlier on. We still are affected by a slight breeze here, gently blowing in from left field. KSU went up 4-0 in the 2nd inning. Patel had an RBI single, Young the home run. Morehead State slowly came back as the pitch from Heron lands a little high to Zach Corbin, 1-0. The Eagles scored once in the 4th inning off of a wild pitch, and then 4 in the 5th when the Owls struggled to find the zone. And the 1-0 is a 12-6 breaker that falls off the table and right across the dish. 1-1 on Corbin. KSU with a run in the 6th inning. Spencer Hansen with an RBI. 1-1, wave and a miss as Corbin chases away. 1-2. That's how we find ourselves knotted at 5 between Morehead State and Kennesaw State. Heron with the sign. Lanky righty winds and fires a waste pitch outside, 2-2. Here after this batter, we'll get to our trivia question today. Supply your answer in the comments section. And we'll reveal in the home half of the 8th. 2-2. Fastball in the dirt, rolls away from Shoup, but no harm with bags empty here with 1 out. The count swells full, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Zach Corbin. Singled in the 1st, flew out to right in the 2nd. Also flew out to right on a 3-1 count in the 5th. Bent at the knees from the left side. Hangs the stick over the left shoulder. Looks on, and here's the payoff pitch, and that's way outside for ball 4. So a 3-2 walk earned by Corbin, 1 on, 1 out for Nick Hassan, the catcher, in the cleanup spot. Okay. So the last home game for Ryan Coe as an assistant under the legendary Mike Sansing was against Florida Gulf Coast in 2009. The Owls won that ball game against the Eagles. Justin Edwards out of Guyton, Georgia, the junior back in 09, he got the victory over FGCU. Who was the losing pitcher for the Eagles in that ball game? He currently is a pitching coach for a major league team. And the pitch to Hassan. Upstairs, off the mitt of Shoup, it trolls the backstop, and that allows Corbin to coast into second base, and the leading run in scoring position for Kennesaw State.
That's a big play right there. That ball getting to the backstop, getting Corbin into scoring position for your 4 or 5 hitters here for the Owls. They have some action in their bullpen with Ford Townsend warming up.
1-0 count on Hassan, who's hitless today, but he smacked one straight to the shortstop Becker last time up. 1-0 pitch. Misses in around the thighs, 2-0. And Trey, you made this remark earlier. Last year, Hassan swung the bat really well, just right into some pitches straight to fielders, and was the victim of that again in the 5th inning.
No, he was, like I said, hit the hardest 200 I've ever seen a year ago, and he's due to have one fall for him here.
2-0 pitch. A breaking ball looked at on the outer half of the zone. 2 balls and a strike to Nick Hassan. Owls and Eagles knotted at 5 here in the home half of the 7th. Zach Corbin at second base. Walked and then reached second on a wild offering. 2-1. Breaking ball brushes Hassan back as he spins away at the torso. Thought that may have grazed the front of the sleeve with those pinstripe jerseys. It didn't. The count more so in his favor at 3-1.
Morehead State has action in their pen as well, as Jarrett Miller, senior, is warming up.
3-1 to Hassan. Swing, a pop-up in the infield. Guzman from third base into foul ground. Now near the line, and he misplayed it. It falls to the ground. Guzman came sprinting in and then leaned back to the chalk line and just went on the outer half of the leather, grazing the glove. Hassan lives for another pitch.
That's the exact play we talked about a little bit earlier in the game with Nick Kaliner coming hard to the line. He was coming hard to foul territory. That ball is always going to come back. Your instinct is to go where the ball is and not stay behind it sometimes, and the ball blew just past him.
So a full count to Hassan, tied at 5 in the 7th. Here's the 3-2, and that's swung on and chopped foul just past the Owls' third base dugout. Ricochets past the tarp in near the bullpen, where an Owl in a gray sweatshirt reaches out to pick it up. Corbin situated at the midway station. Heron off the rubber. Now steps on from the first base side. Tall righty sets from the belly, and the 3-2. A breaking ball swung on, delivered into left field, and that gets down for a base hit. Corbin waved around third. Here comes the throw from the relay man, and it's late. Kennesaw State regains the lead, 6-5 here in the 7th, off the base knock from Nick Hassan.
Well, we said he was due to have one fall in for him, and it did just that right there. Great job of base running by Zach Corbin, opening up to the play, seeing that ball down, getting enough on his secondary lead that he could score when that ball fell. That's something that you practice time and time and time again, and it paid dividends right there for Corbin and the Owls.
Here's Braden Eatson. That ruled a double for Hassan. 6-5, Kennesaw State leads here in the 7th. A pitch from Heron. A fastball rocketed down and away, 1-0. Eatson hitless today. Reached on an error and scored back in the 6th inning. Last base knock for Hassan, hit number 7 today for Kennesaw State. Owls up a run here in the 7th inning. The righty fires home. A swing and a miss. Eatson over the top. 1-1. And Trey, when you mentioned the righty throwing from Morehead State, so much easier to see now as opposed to 20 guys warming up in the right field pen. Just a singular one with those baby blue uniforms. Sticks on the board here for Eatson with a 1-1 count. The offering. Down and in near the kneecaps. 2-1.
A year ago, Eatson was set to pitch quite a bit, and we weren't really thinking of him much as a hitter, but he stepped in one day against Diamondbacks draftee Jake Rice and had one of the best at-bats we had seen in the spring.
2-1 pitch. Swinging at chopper off the glove of Heron, back near second base. Picked up by short. Throw to first. Not going to be in time as Eatson beats it out.
He stepped up to the plate against Rice, had a great at-bat, left on left, tough to do. And it really opened the staff's eyes to this kid can swing the bat, and he can swing it really, really well. We need to do more to get him some at-bats. And as you've seen in this game, he's also a really, really good outfielder. He's made some nice plays in the gap. He does a lot of things. His versatility is going to be big for this Owls team this year.
So Eatson aboard with an infield single. The Owls are on the corners, leading 6-5 with 1 away. And we'll get the third pitcher of the day from Morehead State when we come back. Kennesaw State leads this one 6-5 on opening day. You're watching the KSU Owl Network.
Now pitching for the Eagles, number 35, Jarrett Miller. Shortstop, Tyler Simon.
And we're back here in the 7th inning. Kennesaw State 6 and Morehead State 5. Nolan Alexander and Trey Fowler with you. Runners on the corners, 1 out for Tyler Simon. And we'll have a new mound artist taking the hill from Morehead State here. His first pitch is swung, hit off the hands, over the leaping second baseman, Roy into right field. That plates Nick Hassan, and the Owls extend their lead to 7-5.
Jared Miller on the mound for Morehead State. Likes to throw the breaking ball 75% of the time. Tyler Simon goes up right there, gets a breaking ball up in the zone, handles it, hits it right over the second baseman's head. That's knowing your report, knowing the guy that's on the mound and going up there, sitting on a pitch and doing damage with it.
Miller last year made just 8 appearances, 0-1 with a 10.13 ERA, 8 walks and 8 Ks on the year. Nick Kalina from the left side, 2 on, 1 out. Righty on lefty, and the pitch is a fastball above the letters, 1-0. So Heron still responsible for Eatson at second base, partial line right now, including the last run. Ending in a third, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, a walk, no strikeouts against 10 batters. Helton today, 5 innings, 4 runs all earned, a walk and a K. It's 22 batters, hit a couple, 1-0 pitch. A breaking ball lifted, third base side. Guzman on the run and foul ground. Makes an over-the-shoulder basket grab up the third base line in foul territory.
Add another one to the Morehead State tally of nice defensive plays in this game.
Earlier this inning, he had misplayed one against Hassan, which proved big as Hassan gave the Owls the lead with an RBI double to left center on a pop-up in the infield and foul ground, but there it makes up for it over the shoulder. Beautiful play by Guzman. Here's Gavin Patel. 1 for 3 with an RBI knock. Played the first run of 2022 for KSU in the pitch. With late action, runs up and in, Patel tosses up the hands, 1-0. 7-5 Owls. Eatson at second, Simon at first. Here for a righty versus righty. Miller delivers. Swinging a chopper that catches the plate, and Patel as well. And stops halfway up the first baseline. Equidistant from the chalk line to the Eagles' dugout. Miller, 6 foot 190, a senior out of Plymouth, Ohio, transfer from Enterprise State Community College in Alabama. Here's his 1-1. A breaking ball lined into right field. Coons on the run, drops it in right field. 1 run scores. Throw comes to second base. 8-5 Kennesaw State.
That's right there is why you don't take anything for granted with 2 outs as a base runner. As soon as that ball's hit, you're running hard the whole way. Eatson was. Made that an easy score. Simon running hard as well. Gets all the way around to third. Runners at the corners for the Owls, still looking to add more to the tally and extend this lead.
Second error from Morehead State, and Coons had the Sports Center top 10 play earlier. Here's Hansen already with an RBI knock, and he takes a late bite across the zone, inner half, 0-1. A sac bunt in the second, a ground out to first base in the fourth, an RBI single in the 6th inning. 3 runs across this inning for the Owls. Here with an 8-5 lead. 0-1. Fastball downstairs. Runner breaks towards second base, throw to second on a hop. They'll chase him over to first. Runner from third comes home to score, and the tag out over of Patel halfway up the first base line. Meanwhile, Tyler Simon running home to score before the tag applied. That brings the inning to a close, but the Owls continue their crooked number. 4 across for Kennesaw State in the 7th inning. We'll head to the 8th with a score, Kennesaw State 9 and Morehead State 5 on the KSU Owl Network.
Order today at JimmyJohns.com or visit your local Kennesaw Jimmy John's after the game. All right, fans, make some noise for that T-shirt with Hassan from the Devils basket.
What an opening day it's been so far. Kennesaw State in its first game under new head coach Ryan Coe, replacing Mike Sansing after 30-plus years leading the Owls. Retired this past season, 9-5. The Owls lead here, 4 runs across the 7th. We'll start the 8th. here with Kennesaw State ahead on opening day, and the pitch from Nathan Holler. It's a fireball that connects on the inner half. Here to Brady Shoup, the catcher, 0-1 the count. Morehead State with the 8-9-1 batters here. Shoup, Becker, and Priest. Duel, just 3 hits today from Morehead State, and the pitch is fouled back to the net. 0-2 the count. I'd like to welcome in a new group of listeners here. Olivia, D. Thompson, Wes Hall, Jared, Rodney, tuning in from Richmond. The pitch misses low and in, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Seems like we have a pretty large fan club for John Bezdacek, who we'll see later this weekend. Doubleheader tomorrow, 2 7-inning games between the Owls and the Eagles. And they'll close it out Sunday. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a foul that grazes Hassan and caroms to the backstop. Zach Spivey buys him a little bit of time, or Kevin Spivey, excuse me. Spies Hassan just a minute there. Looks at the left wristband towards the third base dugout. Crouches down again.
As the Owls extended the lead, the activity in the bullpen has silenced.
1-2, swinging a fly ball, sprayed to center field. Hatcher slowly drifting back, scoots in, reaches up with a tan glove, and corrals it for the first out on an FA.
Holler's done a great job coming in here in a tough spot back in that 6th inning, and really has silenced the Morehead State club since then.
And Trey, that was just a tumultuous inning for the Owls. Jack Myers gave up a couple of singles. His day was done. Jared Ryan stepped in, the best reliever for the Owls last year, struggled with walks. Holler had to come in. Owls had walked in at least a couple of runs that inning. Knotted at 5. KSU slowly come back here, and then 4 across the previous half inning. There's the pitch, a fastball that misses a little bit away. 1-0 the count to Chase Vinson, the pinch hitter lefty off the bench here for Morehead State. Next pitch from Holler is missed by much, 2-0. Grabs a sign from Hassan, kicks and delivers, and grabs the outside corner for a strike there. Vinson, 5'11", 180 junior out of Danville Area Community College in Illinois. And the offering, swinging a foul tip into the mid of Hassan, and that levels the count at 2 apiece. Here the bases clear, 1 out for Morehead State in the 8th inning. Kennesaw State leading the Eagles 9-5 at Stillwell Stadium. The pitch, swinging a foul back to the net.
Very tough job for Vinson here, sitting over there for the better part of 7 innings. Cold day, very tough to get up here and pinch hit in this situation.
2-2. And that's back behind the batter. Hassan showing off the flexibility out at the crouch to pull that one back.
It's one you don't see very often, the right-handed pitcher throwing it behind the left-handed hitter.
Count full here at 3-2. Owls up by 4 runs. The pitch just misses low and away. Vinson leans but doesn't budge, and a solid eye from the Morehead State pinch hitter turns into a pinch hit walk. Lineup switches over for the Eagles. The switch hitter, Riley Priest. Couple of hits today, singles in the 3rd and 5th innings. Walked the last time up in the 6th. KSU 9, Morehead State 5. The pitch. Holler just misses the zone. Call it up, call it away, 1-0. Righty delivers the 1-0. And that's good at the knees. 1-1. A little bit of stirring in that bullpen in left. It'll be interesting to see here, Trey. Should Holler be able to finish this one out if he sticks in, or New reliever comes in a pseudo-close situation as the pitch is up and away, 2-1.
Got a very long opening weekend here, 4-game weekend, a lot of innings to cover. And the last thing you want to do is burn multiple arms up the first day. You'd like some of these guys to be able to bounce back on Sunday.
2-1 in the zone, 2-2.
But at this point, and especially in college baseball, this season will go by as faster than you expect, and you've got to take it one day at a time, do what you've got to do to win today, and then reassess tomorrow.
Haller's 2-2 offering, check swing, and Spivey says he went around. Haller gets the K, and there's 2 gone. Here's Roman Coons. No hits today, walked in the 5th, had a sensational grab in right field earlier, but then had an error in the previous half inning. The pitch. Swinging a ball inside out to left field, drifting back Kalina, now running in, and he's there in time for the squeeze. And the inning comes to a close. Morehead State with a 1-out walk, that's it. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 stranded. Bottom 8 at the shake. Our score, Kennesaw State 9 and Morehead State 5. This is the KSU Owl Network.
Now pitching for the Eagles is number 25, John Sherman.
Kevin, you got the pitch. Yes, thank you.
Now playing shortstop for the Eagles is number 2, Luke Gooden.
Home half of the 8th inning on opening day for Kennesaw State baseball under new head coach Ryan Coe. So far, so good, 9-5 Owls. A slew of defensive switches we'll get to here in just a moment for Kennesaw State. Here to begin the home half of the 8th inning as the pitch runs a bit outside, 1-0 the count. Hansen up here for the Owls. It's up in the previous half inning, but then a run down between first and second. Route number 3 allows him to come back up here. He looks down low in the dirt. 2-0. John Sherman now on the mound for Morehead State. Another big righty for the Eagles. 6'6", 215 pounds, a redshirt junior out of Lakota East High School in Liberty Township, Ohio. As a 2-0 count here against the 9-hole hitter. Hatcher and Young to follow. The pitch called a strike. It ran up and in. 2-1. So defensively for Morehead State, moving as the pinch hitter for the shortstop Becker, it was Chase Vinson. Vinson moves from short out to right field, so Coons is out. And now playing shortstop. First the 2-1. That's outside of the fastball. 3 balls and a strike is Nick Gooden, 5'10", 170, redshirt sophomore out of Berlin, Pennsylvania. So Gooden at short, Vincent in right field. Shoop still behind the dish, now here for Sherman. Kick in the pitch, swinging a hot grounder foul, third base side. Count full on Hansen at 3-2. So Miller, 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 1 unearned run, no walks, no Ks against 3 batters. Heron finishes with an inning and a third, 4 hits, 4 runs, just 2 earned, 1 free pass, no punch-outs against 10 different Ls. Payoff. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Shoop collects and tags the back of Hansen, 1 away. All right, before we get to the trivia answer, I want to welcome in Ben, Tom, and Hunter. Tom tuning in from Jefferson, I see. Used to live in Jefferson a little bit ago. Hunter tuning in from just across the way in the Convocation Center. Former KSU broadcaster himself. Hatcher up from the left side, the pitch. Swing and a ball lifted to center field. Priest drifting in, curling to his right, reaches out and stabs at it outside the right knee for an awkward grab of the second out. Okay, so today's question is Kennesaw State leads 9-5 here in the 8th with 2 outs, bags empty. In Ryan Coe's last home game as a member of the Kennesaw State staff, the Owls defeated FGCU in May of 2009. Justin Edwards got the win. Who got the loss? The pitch. Misses inside, 1-0. Well, the current pitching coach for the Seattle Mariners, who played just 1 year for Florida Gulf Coast, Pete Woodworth, took the loss to fall to 4-2 on the year. 1-0. Foul tipped on some high cheese, 1-1.
Pete also had a brief tenure down at Gulf Coast as the pitching coach there.
Went to the minors, was the Texas Coach of the Year, and then got the call up to the Mariners a handful of years ago. 1-1 runs away, 2 balls and a strike. Now, who knows when we'll see him out? Ready for this lockout to end.
I think you and every baseball fan in America is ready for that one to be over.
2-1, cut and a miss by Cash Young, 2-2.
Sherman, one of the hardest throwers on this Morehead State staff, and he's showing that here. Fastball up in the low 90s.
Deuce is wild for him. The offering, and that's fouled off at the hands by Young.
That one took a bite of the catcher Shoop there. And as is baseball etiquette, home plate umpire Kevin Spivey will give him a little time. Dust off the plate, walk around. So the last thing he wants is for Shoop not to be ready for this next pitch.
Count remains 2-2 on Young with the bases clear. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Got it past him. And Sherman comes in and sets down the Owls in order. Nothing across. We move to the 9th as the Owls look for a win on opening day 2022. Kennesaw State 9, Morehead State 5. This is the KSU Owl Network.
baseman Ashton Roy.
On to the ninth we go here at the Shake. 9-5, Kennesaw State leads Morehead State, and here's Ashton Roy up for the Eagles from the left side. Nathan Holler remains on the bump for Kennesaw State, trying to wind this one down, and the offering is good, just above the knees. 0-1 the count on Roy. Nathan Holler, 3 2/3 in relief so far. No hits, no runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. 0-1. And Roy looks down and out, ball and a strike. Against 14 batters so far, 6 flyouts and 2 groundouts. Jack Myers today, the Butler transfer, Friday night starter, 4 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned, 1 walk, 7 punchouts. 1-1, fastball up and away, 2 balls and a strike. 1 well pitch, couple hit batters, 19 faced by Myers. Ryan in between, a third of an inning with 2 earned, 3 walks, no strikeouts.
Like Coach Aoki had Roy taking the first strike here, like many coaches will do down late in this situation.
2-1. And that's called a strike. Maybe that one looked a little in from Holler. Gets some chirping from the Morehead State fans on the first base side. 2-2. Swinging a ground ball sent straight at Tyler Simon in between hop of the knees. Collects, fires a bullet over to first. 6-3, 1 away. So, Trey, this not concluding this game. Far from over. We all know baseball. So far, we came in, even Ryan Coe told us before, kind of unsure of what the identity of this team is going to be in some ways. Through a small sample size of 8 1/3 here, what have you seen so far from Kennesaw State today? Here's the pitch, and the fastball grooves the inner half of the zone, 0-1.
Well, as a coach, the trait that you always want your team to have is fight. The ability to fight, the ability to answer back when you get punched in the mouth a little bit.
0-1, good again near the knees, 0-2.
And the Owls did just that. They were cruising along, they got punched in the mouth, but they were able to answer back, and they're 2 outs away from a win on opening day.
Holler's 0-2 pitch, swinging a chopper foul, third base side. Count remains the same here on Holler against Jackson Feltner out of the cleanup spot.
As a coach, I'll take fight over many other attributes that you could possibly have for your team.
0-2. Called strike 3, paints the corner. Holler registers the punch out, and the Eagles are down to their last out. Here's Alex Jacobs, Kennesaw State 9, Morehead State 5. Opening day here in the 9th inning, and the pitch is an off-speed across the zone, 0-1. Trey Holler's been the remedy the Owls needed when they struggled with control there. He's come in and he has pounded the zone as he promptly delivers a ball after that comment, 1-1.
And that's exactly what you need, especially when one of your big horses and Jared Ryan doesn't have his best stuff. The best teams have that next guy that has the ability to step up, and Holler's done just that.
1-1. Fastball tried the outer half, 2 balls and a strike. KSU wanted to strike out of the third base dugout. Spivey doesn't budge. Holler looks in, 2-1. Swing a fly ball carrying left field side. It gets down quickly and into the Owls' vacant bullpen in left field. Deuce is wild against Alex Jacobs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 9th, the base is empty, and the Owls holding a 9-5 lead against the Eagles of Morehead State. Holler ready from the belt, and the righty fires. Outside, full count at 3-2. Spivey flashes the sign. Holler tries to finish the ball game. Here's the payoff. Swinging a line drive, curling into left, and that falls in front of Kalina that gets past him. Kalina running, it goes all the way up against the wall. And Jacob stops at second base here with 2 outs.
Kalina did the one thing you don't want to do there as an outfielder, got caught in between diving and standing up, and many times when that happens, the result is exactly what you see. That ball bounces by you. Luckily for the Owls, it's not a bigger situation. If that was the tying run, the anxiety would rise just a little bit.
DH Jacob Ferry out of the 6-hole. Runner at second, 2 outs, and Holler issues a strike. Lower half of the zone, outer edge, 0-1.
Just like Jack Myers earlier in the game, after an error, Holler comes right back with strike 1.
Owls lead this one 9-5 here in the ninth, 2 outs. 0-1 pitch is sliced foul back to the net. Holler quickly ahead at 0-2. Ferry gently taps the bat at home plate, bit at the knees from the left side. The righty righties from the belt. 0-2 pitch. Looks low. Not by a little too much. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Holler tries again with a runner at second. The pitch. Swing and a miss. That's the ball game. Kennesaw State is victorious on opening day, and the first game for Ryan Coe goes down as a victory. The Parliament parties here at the Shake. Kennesaw State 9 and Morehead State 5. Trey, we saw a little bit of everything in the ball game today, but as you noted, the Owls fought back after falling back in a tie ball game. A run in the 6th and then 4 across in the 7th. The breathing room they needed, and Nathan Holler came in and shut the door in the mound.
Absolutely. Nathan came in, gave the Owls exactly what they needed when Jared Ryan struggled. That's outstanding to see from a guy who a year ago had some big opportunities, had some big pitches that he made. They're looking for him to find some consistency this year, and many times the start of the year, you can carry that momentum through the rest of the year, and I know Nate Holler will be looking to do that the rest of the way.
Kennesaw State defeats Morehead State 1-0 here on the young season. Eagles fall to 0-1. These two teams will get together again tomorrow for a doubleheader starting at 12 p.m. 2 7-inning games. Trey Fowler will be on the call, joined by Bryce Gobert for that doubleheader. 9-5, Kennesaw State gets the win today. Standouts for the Owls. Offensively, Cash Young, the second inning, had a 3-run home run for his first hit in an Owl uniform. A 2 RBI day by Gavin Patel. Tyler Simon collected a couple of hits and an RBI. And then Nathan Holler in relief gets the win. 4 2/3 innings with 1 hit, no runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts today. Really offensively a collective effort. Myers a good start, some struggles in the middle, but a strong finish.
I think it was a tale of 2 stories really here in today's game. Morehead State started out playing great defense, and it was a couple of defensive miscues there late that really led to the Owls being able to come back and ultimately get the win.
For a full recap and stats in this ballgame, please visit KSUOwls.com. Trey, great job today. You're 1-0 as a broadcaster.
Hopefully we can keep that up the rest of the year.
So for our entire production crew, led by Brandon Bedford and a slew of awesome Kennesaw State students today, for Trey Fowler, I'm Nolan Alexander saying good night from the Shake, where Kennesaw State wins on opening day. Game 1 for Ryan Coe goes down 9-5, Owls over Morehead State. Have a great night, everyone. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow at 12 o'clock for the doubleheader.